'cause we play to win. We'll make our dreams come true. There's nothing we can't do. We've been together for so long. When I'm weak, you make me strong. I know I can depend on you to show the way and see me through. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty, we'll stick together through thick or thin. Friends forever, we'll be together. We're on top, 'cause we play to win, win. We'll make our dreams come true. There's nothing we can't do. We've been together for so long. When I'm weak, you make me strong. I know I can depend on you to show the way and see me through. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty, we'll stick together through thick or thin. Friends forever, we'll be together. We're on top, 'cause we play to win, win. I know I can depend on you to show the way and see me through. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty, we stick together through thick or thin. Friends forever, we'll be together. We're on top, 'cause we play to win. Friends through eternity, loyalty, honesty, we'll stay together.
You're such an inspiration for the ways that I will never, ever choose to be. Oh, so many ways for me to show you how your Savior has abandoned you.
Hello, friends, and welcome back. The boys are all here. It's time for the DayOne show. It is a show. It is a podcast. It's a mixture of both because, we're back once again to talk about video games, and we're a fiercely independent company driven to make video games better in terms of coverage, in terms of videos, in terms of everything. And it's all made possible by you lot. So big thank you to everybody that supports us directly or indirectly. We love you all. But big shout outs to our MVPs, executive producers, but especially our grand benefactors, Crowd56, Assassin, and our two wonderful CEOs, Kevin S. and the lovely Torn Raptor. Today, as per usual, I'm joined by the one and only Special Nick.
What's going on?
And the lovely Jessie is here as well.
That really sounded like you were like a very quiet lady rocker.
Yeah.
Do you know what kind of show it is today?
What?
This is for audio listeners, all right? Let's get some ASMR going on here. This is what kind of show it is today. Wherever you are, this is how I want you to feel.
Oh yeah.
It's that kind of
Like
show.
a Schweppes.
They're about-
It's and I found out this is a my favorite drink is a summer punch cider, right? Call me a big tart, it's fine. But they don't do it yet. It's taking time. The winter punch has buggered off because winter is going and the summer is coming. But until it arrives, the closest I can get is a pear cider, which I found out has a different name. It's actually called a Perry. Didn't know that until today. But here you go. Here's some ASMR. You ready?
I don't have any nice bottles or anything, but
ad.
I got some nips, which are
The DayOne show
crunk
is
me.
brought to you by Schweppes. Lemon, lime, and bitters.
Anyway.
Welcome in the summer.
Yeah.
Schweppes, lemon, lime, and bitters.
It was lovely today. It was like 20-something degrees. Sun was
Dude,
shining.
it was 26 yesterday in Melbourne in May.
Wow.
We're a month away from winter, and it was
Amazing.
26 in Melbourne yesterday.
I feel like I would
walked-
love Melbourne all year
I
round. I
walked
would
to
never
the gym.
complain.
I walked to the gym yesterday. I was like, this is amazing. It's May, and I'm walking to the gym in a singlet.
And then you give it a few
so
years
good.
and it's 36. Then you give it a few more years and it's 46.
Can't wait.
Then you give it a few more years and it's 86.
Yeah,
Amazing.
amazing. Bring on that global warming, baby. Death of the
can't
heat, death of the
wait.
universe. Before we get into things, like, how are you guys? How's everybody in the chat? Talk to us. How you been,
Yeah.
Nick? What you been up to this week? Have you been up to anything fun?
Well, I had an 18th birthday last night.
You look,
swear to
you
God,
are a
every
rough
time.
18.
Every time
Yeah.
we ask you what you've been up to, my Greek social calendar is once again full. I've been to a christening. I've been to an 18th birthday, a 30th, a 40th, a
Yeah.
50th.
There's always
Ooh.
something. But
We got a denier in the
you know
chat.
what?
That old global
what,
warming myth.
You know what arrived in the mail this week? Hey.
Diana.
You're going to get called a pedo
Ordered.
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Ordered
Congrats.
last week, live on the show. I really did order it when we were live on the show. And there it is.
There it is.
I don't know whether to open it or not. I'm not sure.
I mean,
They make so many of them,
to
I'm
you,
sure they're
bro.
worth a lot. To no one.
No, there are some that I've kept in their box and others that I've just opened up. And with Diana, I'm uncertain which way to go because I don't have the game on Switch anyway, so it's not like it's an amiibo I can use in a
No.
game. So I don't know. And you know which one? I reckon there's one coming that Jesse might want.
Yeah, the one you talked about last week. Or wished about.
No, there's
Oh.
another
Do I-
one.
do I smell a little rumor mill? Like desperately trying to sneak out of your lips here, bro?
It's only amiibos.
It's only amiibos. You know,
It's only amiibos.
it's only amiibos.
What is it?
Oh,
There should be an Onimusha one.
I mean,
Yeah, it
cool.
makes sense with Cap because they did Leon.
Capcom
And- yeah.
did Leon, yeah.
They did Leon and
Diana.
what's her face, Grace. They did Diana. So
Diana.
having a God, it's gonna be weird if it's I forget his name from Onimusha, but it's based on the likeness of the actor Toshiro Mifune. Worked a lot with Yojimbo and Seven Samurai. So like
Don't forget,
decades after he
Capcom
died,
did these two as well.
they've done a lot. They have the Street
Turn the
Fighter
rumor
6
mill down.
ones as
It's
well.
too distracting now.
Capcom's very much.
And they did
into
those
the
the
amiibos.
big Street Fighter 6 amiibos you didn't buy. Some of the few.
Oh yes, the Street Fighter 6 ones. Yes. I didn't get those. But yeah, there's an Onimusha one coming.
What's the name of-
Good.
He's the swordsmith guy. Lead character name Onimusha, Way of the Sword. My most anticipated one from them. Miyamoto Musashi. That's the character name. And they gave him the face of long since passed actor Toshiro Mifune. You ever see Yojimbo?
Cool. No.
Seven Samurai?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
He was
Oh,
like the
I know.
crazier one that sacrificed
I know
himself.
the rabbit in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Usagi Yojimbo. That's the only Yojimbo I know. One from the Turtles.
I got a load of mail this week, funnily enough. Some really weird stuff. Like, I don't know, like, I got a Creative Pro soundbar to review, which I currently got set up, and the subwoofer is almost as tall as my my rig, which is massive. So I'm like, and I've been very much enjoying that. So I expect a written review of that.
Turn your bass down.
Yeah, Warhammer sent me through a Skulls 10-year thingy, and it came with a load of goodies. Now, I don't play Warhammer. Like, I like the games. I think the universe looks cool. never touched Warhammer in my life. So
Henry Cavill's favorite.
Henry Cavill's favorite, yeah.
And he is an immortal now, born to be king.
Indeed.
He's the.
So I might end up giving them to my my kid's stepdad because I think he's a bit of a Warhammer.
They're filming
nut, so-
Highlander.
Yeah, they're filming
God,
Highlander.
I can't
bro.
wait for that.
I know.
Oh my God, I can't
Directed
wait for
from John Wick's director.
It might
Jack.
actually be a
my
good
Oh.
God.
Highlander. There's never been one.
I'm so
They're
hyped.
fun, but they're not good movies. But they were fun.
Ignore everything I said about that. It didn't come with a note. I don't know.
You're very smart.
I haven't shown it, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, yeah. You got a bunch of stuff.
Like, and they're doing. Who else is in it? It's not just Henry Cavill. There's another great actor in it.
I hope they have another
Highlander
Scottish
reboot.
guy playing a Spaniard, Egyptian.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that Highlander reboot until you just.
Yeah. Get hyped. I
Reminded
can't wait
me.
to see a trailer for it.
Oh my God.
I want it in my life.
There's Russell Crowe is now the Spaniard, because of course
I'm fine with it.
he's Juan
fine with it.
Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
Hey, he played a Greek in Thor. I was okay with it.
You know, this is actually
Get
this
upset.
is AI, so I might be wrong. Dave Bautista is the Kurgan. Karen Gillan is Heather
Hey,
McLeod
why
of the
don't
Clan
you
McLeod.
just just go to fucking IMDb.
That's what it pulled. It pulled from It pulled from Wikipedia. It just rips. It's just a rip-off machine. But yeah, it's got a good cast. Jeremy Irons is in it.
I'm in. It sounds like a fun.
Jaimon Hansu is very good.
Isn't it Jimon?
I have no fucking idea.
It really is Dave Bautista,
Yeah.
and it really is Russell Crowe.
I said it pulled. It said at the source Wikipedia.
Do you know what else turned up today?
What?
500 DLC packs for
Ooh.
console. What's the card game? Like,
Oh, nice.
because side tangent, we're back at UK Games Expo at the end of this month, 28th of May through to the 1st.
John, I got to
Of
cut you
June.
off. Speaking of making money, he did it right before we went live.
Oh, yes, you did.
We had Calzels send us the 666, which got us to $1,666.92 on the bar. It's
that's some
pretty
good
cool.
shit.
Yeah.
That's good shit. That's
Thank you for fixing the bar right off the start.
Yeah. But yeah, we're doing UK Games Expo again this year. But one of the things we noticed last year when we took console wars there, we did incredibly well, but DLC packs were insanely popular. Like, because someone was spending 20 quid on a copy of the game, but they could spend an extra tenner and get the DLC pack with it. And they were like, yep, chuck them in. And they just sold like hotcakes. So we sold out. So we're like, well, let's spend a little bit of money to sell some more because we need to fund. You see that bar at the bottom of the screen, people?
That's a real
We
bar.
need to try and fill that bar before August. And we've got SGF in like a month. And that is going to take like half of that bar. So yeah, if you love what we do, consider supporting us directly by heading to playday.one/memberships. It's the best way you can do it. And you get access to loads of cool Secret Squirrel stuff.
Especially as Ursul's trip to LA just got canceled because the plane company is
airline's
gone
shut down.
by Spirit
Yeah.
Airlines. Didn't have enough friends in the government, so they didn't get their $500 million buyout. Or
Whoops.
Yeah.
Anyways, before we get into the news, let's talk about the thing that brought us together in the first place, the thing we love, and that is
grandmas.
those wonderful, wonderful video games, of which there are many varieties, many types, and I'm sure we've got one heck of a list to chat about today. And we'll start with Special Nick. You've been playing something that you thoroughly enjoyed this week.
I have. I've been playing something that I was extremely excited for when it was revealed.
Let me just skip 2 minutes into your review for actual gameplay. There we go.
I don't understand. Why be like that for?
I was just letting people see gameplay. We've already seen the
My
trailer.
reviews have a style to them,
It's a Nick review.
and people like it.
People love the Nick reviews.
And I like it. I prefer my.
I was just,
reviews to
I
be structured.
couldn't help myself. I was just saying what I was doing out loud.
Just hate each other.
Yes, I've been very excitedly playing Invincible Versus, and I love it. I think it's fantastic. And it's funny, I've been watching Maximilian stream it a lot because he's playing it heaps and he's like loving it. And yeah, watching higher level players play it, I'm like, fuck, this is so much like Killer Instinct. But I was very surprised to note that it felt a bit stiffer like Mortal Kombat than Killer Instinct or like Killer Instinct to me felt a lot like Street Fighter 4.
What, just
So I
in
was
terms of like reactivity and responsiveness?
Nah, and just the flow of it and the movement and yeah, like the I guess the only word I can think of is the flow.
Okay.
Where this game feels far closer to Mortal Kombat than Street Fighter or Killer Instinct, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because it's not quite as stiff.
Yeah,
as
it is.
Mortal
It's
Kombat
significantly smoother, I think, overall, especially with how it does call-ins and stuff.
But I have found myself quite often punching the air as a result of things being the way they are, which never really happened in all the other games. But oh man, it's so much fun. It like the combo. I do really appreciate that. Even if you're just a bit of a button masher, there's a fair bit you can get away with here. But the best players won't have a problem dealing with that. But at least if you are someone that's not going to sit there and frame count and all that sort of shit, you can do stuff and feel like, hey, maybe I know what I'm doing. Like, it's good the way they've done it. They've structured the whole thing in a really, really good way, and it's gory as fuck. That's another thing that gives it the Mortal Kombat vibes. Like, I tried to capture moments, the overkills. They call them overkills. They're not fatalities or anything. They call it an overkill. And it's not something you get a window to do. If you finish someone off with a super move, that's just an overkill. And you'll either blow them apart, blow their head off, take an arm off, something. Like, it's really, really good. And as I said in my review, my only concern is that it's it's 75 Australian dollars, which is only $25 off full price.
Not for Sony.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if people will feel there's enough there to warrant charging almost full price. Like, this doesn't have much more, if any more content than, say, Virtua Fighter 5 Revo. That game's $30 Australian, so it's less than half the price of this.
But
So
Virtua Fighter 5 Revo is a repackaging of an older game, though, right?
It is technically an old game, but in the end, we're even in a Dead or Alive 6 is technically free. Killer Instinct is free. Dead or Alive, like,
yeah, I get your point.
And you can't even
putting
say
itself at a disadvantage.
you can't say it's more expensive because of the IP, because it's made by the guy who owns the IP too.
That's right, and that's what I didn't mention the IP as a price thing either.
Yeah.
That's and again, that's only an issue if you don't care about spending the money. Great, I think you'll love this game. I just raised the concern in the review that some may find it a bit steep for what you're getting. But the game in and of itself, I love it. Mm-hmm. I absolutely love it. It's so fucking good. It's so fun. I played it some more yesterday. I want to try and unlock all the customization options, because they all just, get to play a level 16, get to play a level 30, beat arcade mode with Battle Beast. So if you do all those things, you unlock all the different customization options. So I'm trying to work my way through all of those now. I've played a couple of games online. I played 2 games online, won them both, but my little stat counter is telling me I've won 1 game. It hasn't counted the second game for some reason.
Maybe they rage quit before it could count.
I hope not. Maybe they did. But yeah, it's super, super, super good. Absolutely love it. And like all fighting games, it'll get better with time, because that's what they do. They constantly update and improve them and stuff.
Have they announced like a roadmap? Like, hey, we're going to do this.
They've got a season.
There's a year one. Yeah. There's a year 1 fighter pass. They've already announced 2 of the fighters in it, and there's 2 more which have leaked. Someone data mined it, and the other fighters
do
have
what Dragon Ball Fighters did, and just have like every Mark variant. Like that game had every Goku variant.
Okay. Oh yeah, because there's all those different.
Yeah, the whole
world
Invincible
universe
War
marks.
arc they did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. One thing I found weird, I didn't mention it in my review. I mentioned the voice acting in my review, but so they got Jason Mantzoukas. Love Jason Mantzoukas. They got him as the voice of Rexplode for the story mode cutscenes, but not for the actual game. Isn't that
That's
weird?
weird. That is weird. Yeah.
Isn't
Like,
it?
hey, can you just record some extra
Was the
lines
story
here?
mode stuff just taken from the show? Those
No.
lines? No?
No.
Did they get J.K.
The story
Simmons?
mode's actually the story mode's pretty good. It's funny. Like I watched all the cutscenes because I'm like, oh, I've got to watch the cutscenes, I guess. And then I read the actual review guide, and it's like, don't spoil anything. I'm like, so I didn't have to watch them.
Oh.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
can,
but you still
have to talk
assess,
about the
was it
is
a
it
good
worth
story?
going through the campaign mode? You just don't say the
Yeah.
actual plot points. You just talk about the high
Well,
level.
Honestly, Nick,
even
as
Max.
someone who reviews a lot of narrative games, like walking sims and stuff like that, trying to do a review on stuff where the plot is the point is often so fucking tricky.
Well, those reviews are
because you want
short.
to talk about the
They're
big
short as
things.
shit because the gameplay mechanics often aren't. I'm doing one right now. I can talk about
Yeah.
the gameplay in 3 sentences. It never changes. It's all about the story. So I have to figure out the ways and what can I show in the video. Like I've recorded a lot, but I've got to choose things completely. Don't give away
Yeah.
stuff. It's annoying.
I recorded the only part of the story mode I recorded was the part that was public. That was literally the only part that's in my video. It was the public part that they themselves had shown. So I'm like, okay, well, because I don't want to just have the same gameplay over and over because, okay, it's all the same stuff. I thought if I could have at least part of a cutscene from the story mode, and I thought, oh yeah, they showed this publicly. I'll use that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind the story as an episode within the show. I mean, Max streamed the whole story mode yesterday. I assume no one would want me to spoil it, but I mean, season 4 has come and gone, and this is set towards the end of season 3, and it's something that happens in the background. But in the review guide, they're like, "Don't spoil these characters that are in the story mode." I'm like, all right. But yeah, I didn't mind it. It was good. Really, really good. Hopefully it comes to Game Pass at some point for those of you who are on the fence
it is.
about whether to buy it or not.
It is Play Anywhere.
Play Anywhere.
Which is nice.
It's Play Anywhere. I've installed it on my Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox LAX Windows 11 handheld gaming PC device.
Nice.
The Skybound.
And it runs well there.
Skybound is
Right,
this
they
company.
had-
Did they put anything else
It's
out?
one of those games that's not quote unquote officially supported on the ROG. You know how some of them say handheld optimized? This one's not handheld optimized, but I played it on there and I had most of the settings up to a decent level, and as far as I could tell, it's still running at 60.
Yeah, I think the optimized is normally that when it starts up, you have they just give you the settings to run it at. I think that's what that is. Like when you open Doom or Deep Rock Galactic Core or whatever.
I just look at it as,
Survivor.
does it run perfectly on a handheld? If the answer is yes, I call that, yeah, it's optimized for a handheld. You're
Yeah.
seeing more and more games as well now have a specific handheld mode in graphics. I'm just like, yep. Because, fuck yeah. It's good shit.
This game, yep, it runs perfectly fine on it. It's really, really
Whatever
good.
video games have they put out? I'm curious if anything's ever been
pick
in
it up.
Game Pass.
Definitely pick it up if you're a fighting game fan, and definitely pick it up if you're an Invincible fan. Super good.
Nice. Jesse, what have you been playing? Been playing a couple
They have,
of
and
things.
just to let you know, Nick, they have. What fucking Steam started playing an ad? They have put out some games that did end up on Game Pass as a publisher, so there's a chance. I played a lot. I don't remember most of it. I've only written 2 things in there. One of them, which I reviewed. Oh wait, no, I didn't even put friggin' Saros in there. I'll get to that in a bit. The first thing I reviewed, get over real quickly, is a little slice of life sim called The Last Gas Station, where you play as this cute little fox lady in an anthropomorphized almost apocalypse where this shitty fucking whatever he is guy, what's he got? Possum? Badger? The shitty
He
little
looks like a
badger
badger.
possum looking
Might be a
guy
possum.
thinks
might
that
be
electric
possum.
vehicles are destroying the world And it's kind of it's going for a little bit of that weird Twin Peaksy stuff, like this little meter that's going to show up. You got to kind of balance it, or else a cosmic horror becomes too strong and kills you, or society becomes too strong and kills him. The good ending is balancing it and everything being in harmony. In the background of just running a gas station and a supermarket tied to it. Cutesy little 2D pixel art masking some crazy weird shit around it. Nice music. The first 4 or 5 hours were great. And then to get to the final part took another 5 hours of doing the same thing over and over again. Really hurt my appreciation of it. If they patch that up, I think it's a solid little like $12 game. Good recommendation if they make that grind from level 3 to level 4 shop better.
It looks nice.
It's nice. It was fun. And it's super cheap on Steam. Just Steam for now. Smaller dev. I played a lot of that Vampire Crawlers. That's become my ASUS, which is short for Pegasus, Republic of Gamers, Xbox, LAX, Windows handheld PC gaming device. It's pretty much perfect for that. Jumping between Xbox, and my PC itself is fun, especially now that it gives you the little synced bar, so you know your save is going to be there and nothing messes up. But the big thing of the week for me was the most disappointingly great game I've played this year, which is Saros. I gave it an 8, which for us is great. I think it is a great to-play video game that I share a lot of issues with on the fact that they very much, and even the Sony XDev Twitter account is coming out after Polygon for saying it's not a good roguelite, saying it's a third-person action shooter. Like this game does not want to really be a roguelite. It's worse on the build stuff than the first game, and it has way more emphasis on story than the first game, constantly pushing you into it, and not just in cutscenes you can skip, but into like full sections of going into, I don't know, a banyan tree that leads you back to visions of your past for like 10 or 15 minutes straight, when all I wanted to do was shoot stuff because it's gorgeous on the PS5 Pro. Like, it looks fantastic. Outside of the cutscenes, which the faces are just a little off. Like, the performances from everyone are pretty good. There's some bad line reads. The writing's not great. I normally wouldn't care about that in a Housemarque game because they nail the gameplay side of it.
Gameplay part.
Yeah, the gameplay is really fun the first few hours. And then you start upgrading. And if you ever start a run from the beginning and progress through each boss and don't go back and reset your build every time, you turn into a god. Like, you are just so strong in a way you never became in Returnal. And that might sound amazing. Like, I'm sure Nick would prefer that type of progression. But for me, as someone who loved Returnal, which game would probably be like a 9, the gameplay additions of having the hold your melee for a shield, which then absorbs blue. And then there's yellow, which you can dash through for damage. But if you eat it, it messes up your health bar, and you've got to use your power weapon, which uses your blue energy. And then there's red, which you have to fully avoid until eventually you can melee it to parry it. There's some fun rock, paper, scissors gameplay additions they put in there. But it is very linear. The story is front and center, and I just don't think the story's very good. So it being so front and center was disappointing when mixed with what I think is a much worse progression system. And a story overall that's also just... The main character is really shitty and never redeemed at any point. Like, he just kind of sucks despite how good Rahul Kohli is in the role, like giving it everything he can. And again, I normally wouldn't care in a Housemarque game. Like, pretty lights, shooting shit, bullet hell, holy crap, this is fun. But that gets broken up so much, especially because the only way the game ever is challenging is if after every boss, who you have to beat every time to get through that level if you want to go back to it, you fast travel back to the main base and don't upgrade. So it's kind of like if you just hoard all your resources and don't upgrade, it won't be super hard, or it won't be super easy. It's a very different game from Returnal, which I guess is why it's a spiritual successor. It's not a sequel. It might be set in the same world, like the same universe, because there's a lot of space travel and all that type of stuff. But it is a really fun game That was like, it was so close to being amazing for me.
Do you think that is just how Smart reacting to the market and feedback of like, hey, Returnal's kind of hard?
Yeah, I don't think Returnal didn't sell like crazy, but I don't know what their budget would have been. I have no idea if it was successful or not.
Returnal was quite hardcore.
Yeah, and
I'm still playing through it.
I think if you look at the trophies and the achievements on Steam, like it's one of those games where most people who started it, and most people don't finish most games. But I remember that was one where, a lot of people they don't finish it because it is really hard. But it was a very fair, fun hard for me. So I did like that system more, but I fully get why they did it. I do think the swap to because the story in Returnal is super ambiguous, but really cool vibes and not in the way. Whereas this story is the art style is amazing. The whole way through, the art style is better than Returnal, which was nice, but this is just like some really cool shit. But then the story itself is surprisingly small in scope, despite being a space travel sci-fi cosmic horror game. That's like very tentacle focused, coming out of the walls and shit when you go through. It's a good game that I am curious how it will do at 70, because I don't think Returnal was Returnal 60 or was it 50? It's probably 60.
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
But yeah, this is
no idea.
The part. It runs on Unreal Engine. It ran amazingly well on the PS5 Pro. I've seen it supposedly also runs really nicely on a base PS5, just obviously with lower resolution and stuff. Runs great. Really fun use again of the DualSense, where the haptics feel cool, even though you're so intent on the action. I only notice them when I'm not fighting or listening to the story. But it's got the same thing. Press the trigger a little bit on the left trigger for your alt fire, and then the trigger stops you, but then you can push past it to aim your power weapon. So it's a neat use that kind of denotes you must use a DualSense to play this correctly unless you remap stuff. But it's good. It is a good video game that I really enjoyed early on. You can watch, I did like 10 hours of streaming it over 2 days and then beat it the night of the second stream, essentially, just because I did a run from the beginning to the end and pushed to the last area where you have to start fresh, and then beat that on my second try. Like, I only died, I think in total I maybe died like 8 times. And most of those were early, 8 or 10. And that was like a couple hours of Returnal every night for me for a while.
I'm going to check if my PlayStation console sharer has bought Saros.
Yeah, it is a solid video game where I would say I am surprised at its, I think it's 88 on OpenCritic. But, it ticks all the boxes people generally like for when they're reviewing stuff, so I get it.
It looks good.
Yep, it is gorgeous, and the music's very good. Composer did a great job of mixing in like sci-fi-y, rocky, synthy stuff that it matches what you're supposed to be feeling real well. But that's Saros.
Arthur One in the chat.
Damn it.
No, it is PlayStation exclusive. It is not on PC
for now.
At least at this time.
Yeah, give it a few years into the next gen, and we'll see if they ever go back to anything. Who knows? It's good. It's going to come down to big time. Are you good with the changes they've made to progression? And maybe the story will hit harder for you. There's a lot of reviewers who thought the story was fantastic.
Interesting. A lot of people getting used to DayOne doing PlayStation reviews, huh? A lot of some triggered people out in our Twitter feeds.
Well, I gave a 7 and an 8.
On.
So, but I was also above the Metacritic on God of War: Sons of Sparta. I was above both Metacritic and OpenCritic. And yes, I'm 8.8 below on Saros, but I am nowhere near the lowest. There's a 6. There's a lot of 7s. There's 2 6s, a lot of 7s, and a lot of 8s alongside me. It's a good video game.
IGN 7, which means it's garbage. Sorry, everyone. There
are people do always talk about it, like and John was talking about before the show, like are there scores we regret in some way? A lot of it comes down to, generally, as a smaller volunteer site, we focus on getting people who are interested in something playing it, because otherwise I can't tell someone to play something they're not interested in because they're not being paid.
It's impossible. Like, I think it's nothing worse than pairing someone up to a game where they have no interest or actively dislike the genre. Like
you just did.
I regret, but there was no one else. So I tried to give it a shot. I regret really even reviewing People of Note because it just wasn't for me.
But there is an argument. There is an argument. And I understand the whole, hey, if Nick doesn't like JRPGs, don't get him to review a JRPG.
Yeah.
But there's an argument to be had that, well, hold on, if this game can get Nick to like JRPGs, then that review has more impact.
It has merit in a different way, though, I think. Like, because I even noted it in my People of Note review. I'm like, I don't like turn-based combat a lot of the time. It doesn't do it for me. So if that immediately makes you want to disregard this review, no worries. Go read someone else's. But I thought I'd give it a shot because I love music, blah, blah, blah. In some ways, I wish I'd just not bothered. I wish I'd have just turned around to Annapurna and been like, do you know what? I'm just not going to. Thanks for the code, but it's not for me. But like, it was my honest thoughts on it. So I don't know. That's all it is at the end of the day. You're just printing an opinion of your
The shitty part is the focus on scores, both in and outside of the industry. Scores are everything. People are like, just don't do them. Like, unless you're a really big crowd-funded thing like ACG. Has a lot of people who follow him. He gets lots of views on YouTube. He doesn't have a website that has to have a score that people will click to and PR want to see. Like, he's just very big on his own. So he can do buy it now, buy it later, don't buy it at all type of stuff, which I think most people would prefer.
Mm-hmm. I wish we could do that. But yeah, there is definitely some, I don't know, there's probably going to be more. Who knows? It's kind of on topic, actually, because one of the games I played, I am an outlier and a half on this week, which is Dontnod's newest sci-fi stranded astronaut adventure, Aphelion.
Woke.
Which I don't know how it's even woke. It's just got two people.
It has someone who's not white as one of the main characters. That's all it takes.
Okay. Well, fuck those people. Let's rewind that. I want to set the scene here. Like, I am so surprised at some of the reviews. And then I kind of dig a little deeper, right? Because I played Aphelion on my PC and on my Asus ROG Xbox LAX Windows 11 handheld gaming PC.
There's a moratorium. You only have to do it once if it hasn't been done in the last hour. I made that rule up.
I don't know what you're talking about, but okay. But yeah, it was 60 FPS and it ran great on my rig. And like, I've been around the block. I know how to play video games. This did not do anything new, right? But I love science fiction. And what I thought as I played through it, like, there was no challenge, right? But everything gameplay wise you have done in another video game at some point before, right? So I was like, okay, so this is just everything familiar about this kind of thing. So it's all got to hinge on the story. And for me, the game was completely elevated by what I thought were outstanding performances from both lead actors, a really cool yarn, which I swear to God, people just weren't paying attention to some of the criticism I've read.
Or they didn't beat it.
It's over in 5 to 6 hours tops at the most. Looked really pretty. Bear in mind, I was running it on a 4090. Now, I have found out since that it's apparently running at locked 30 on consoles. Ugh.
Oh, really?
So that is immediately going to like make it feel really clunky and iffy. So yeah, I think Dontnod had some work to do there. Like, Jesus, I don't see any reason why this couldn't run at 60. It's not that pretty. But I really liked it. And then I was so surprised to get out there and see like 4s. 4? Like, this is, if anything, inoffensive. This is like,
well,
average.
PS5
like,
seemed to
like
be buggy, according to some reviews.
That might be the case. And obviously that's predominantly where a lot of people play. So you're playing on a buggy PS5 version of the game at 30 FPS. Maybe that's where it's all ended up. But like, I saw one piece of criticism that said, and I'm trying to do this without spoiling the plot for anyone, so please forgive me if I preamble a little bit. But one piece of criticism, so you've got 2 stranded astronauts, but you play them alternating perspectives, right? and they can't seem to communicate to each other. Now, there is a very specific plot reason that is eventually laid out to you as to the why they can't get their comms devices to work as you've played through the game. And it is meant to be one of the kind of like, oh shit moments. And this review was like, oh, it just doesn't make any sense why they couldn't talk to each other. And I'm just like, did you even fucking pay attention to the plot of the game? And people saying like it didn't do anything and that, like nothing happened. And I'm like, again, did you stick around for that bit after the credits rolled? No, I bet you didn't. You know, like there's all sorts of like, so I don't know. To
be fair, how many people watch end credits in video games?
I think
even if you skip them generally.
If you skip it, played it. Like I didn't watch all the credits. I skipped them, then it was there.
Okay.
So
because I skipped the credits and
exactly right. It's normal stuff. Yeah. So I would say to anyone that's been watching or reading our work, and particularly if you like the types of reviews that I write, if you know the types of games that I like, if you read it and you're kind of like you usually align with my thoughts, try and give it a go. I apologize that it's only 30 FPS on consoles. Sue me. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do, but I thought it was genuinely great. It was a very grown-up, focused story. It didn't try and go like fucking massive space opera bullshit. It was very grounded, but with some cool twists that I really enjoyed. So, I thought it was great. Sorry, the rest of the internet that says I'm wrong, and it's definitely a 4. But what do I know?
Yeah.
Outside of that, I have been playing an absolute metric fucking butt ton of stuff. I had a quick go, very short notice. The lovely folks at Starseeker Astroneer Expeditions, they were like, hey, we've got a preview. Would you like to do a preview? And I was like, sure. And then I forgot what day it was. And I got an email like 10 minutes after the preview had started saying, are you coming? And I felt really bad because I turned up in there and there was like 8 people in this Discord and no one was talking. So it was just developers presenting, but it was meant to be getting people in and playing. And I'm like, why would you turn up and just sit there silently and not engage? So I jumped in and I played with the developers for about 45 minutes of this very cute follow-up, but not a sequel because the Astroneer is still continuing. This is just a different game set in the Astroneer universe, where you've got the very similar, you can hoover up the landscape and it's kind of like, I want to say voxels, but it's not voxels. But it's very Minecrafty in terms of like you craft stuff, you dig. But what's different here is you're in a space station, think Destiny 2, the Spire hub, and there can be up to, I think, 100 other players wandering around this space station, and you're orbiting different planets, and then you go down and you do collective missions together in squads of 4 on different continents on the planet. And you can go off and explore. You've got limited oxygen, and obviously you're gathering resources, you're gathering experience.
Like an even cartoonier version of No Man's Sky.
It is very cute. It ran very well. At least, again, playing on PC, but I don't see any reason why this wouldn't be 60 on console.
As a 4090 owner.
Yeah, as a 4090 owner. But the Astroneer had 11 million players, enormously popular game. And again, one of those things where I'm like, I'd never played the first one. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go in and check this out. And the developers were so passionate and so kind and like excited to be showing this off. It is in open beta right now. So if crafting games with your buddies is your thing, you can go and check it out. It's on Steam, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. It's an open beta. You can just go and join in and play.
In a beta?
An open beta, bro. So yeah, that's the Astroneer. Outside of that, I have been playing a lot of Dead as Disco. I'll be talking more about that next week because it comes out in early access on May the 5th. But the only other big game that has been sucking my life and time is TerraTech Legion, which launched on Game Pass earlier this week. I didn't do the review for it, but I fucking love this game. I can't stop playing it. It is I'm just going to do a quick run every night for the last week or however long I've had code going to bed. If you haven't played this, if you haven't watched Getzo's or our review, because I did the video for it for Fairy, it is a Vampire Survivors-like So you've got the bar that you fill up, you collect the XP off of your fallen enemies, and every time the bar fills up, you get an upgrade and you pick what upgrade you want and all that fun and jazz. But the vehicles are block-based and the weapons are block-based modules that you attach. And it's a lot of player agency here where you can pick where the gun goes, what direction it fires in, and you start off with a small vehicle, and by the end, you will end up with this monstrosity of a truck. It could be really tall, it could be wide, and it's physics based. You can concentrate on having everything fire out in a 360-degree arc, or you can concentrate in just pure field of fire, forward-facing death machine. I absolutely love this game. I think it's got some balance issues, it's got some hiccups, but I just love the player agency you get of just throwing all these different gadgets on and seeing what they do and trying to find out what works well together and upgrading them. And it is a lot of fun. It's on Game Pass.
8.5.
Yeah, it's
It was the
genuinely
day of
great.
8.5s with you and him.
It was the day of 8.5s. But yeah, TerraTech Legion, man, like runs perfectly on a handheld. It is just ace. I think it's a really smart idea from that development team. Again, this is a franchise that exists. I've never played a TerraTech game, but they took their module-based system of like, hey, you know what would be cool? And I think that's what I like about it, is it does all the things that Vampire Survivors does, but I have some design agency in terms of how my vehicle ends up, and it's immediately reflected the decisions I make on the screen as to whether I will survive or not.
You might have liked Megabonk. Megabonk was
Yeah, I
let's make
never
a
played it.
Survivors like, but it's a 3D platformer. Like you're behind the person, you're setting it up, and it's really down to how good are you at platforming as well as making the build.
Yeah. Didac Bro in the chat, lots of Redfall out of 10.
Very much.
It is a Redfall out of 10 week.
You know, it's been 2 years since Redfall came out. I saw the Game Awards post.
Yeah, Jeff was reminding us all.
Yep, he has been posting quite a few, like 4 years on God of War. There was he's been posting some for the past few weeks.
Yeah.
When games have come out.
For no reason whatsoever, I'm really looking forward to August. Can't wait.
Important question in the chat from Zach.
If you say the whole name again, I will mute you.
He's just asking a question.
I forgot that I've also been playing one other game. It's an old game, technically. It was something I dipped my toe in very lightly when it released into Apple Arcade a while back. And it's still in Apple Arcade, for those of you who may be subscribed to that service like I am. But I was on the Switch the other day, and every now and again I just peruse the stores on Xbox and Switch just to see if there's anything cheap for me to buy that I probably won't play. And TMNT
Splintered
was on sale. Splintered Fate was on Switch 2 on sale. The Switch 2 edition of it. So like $10
I
or
reviewed this
something, or
one.
less than $10. Did you?
My
think we reviewed
tagline
it.
is "Cowabungled."
What'd you give it?
7.
Out of curiosity. Interesting.
I
Yeah,
wanted. I was pretty low until I got some later stuff that I enjoyed more.
It's on sale on Xbox as well, the gold edition. But the problem is, the first thing I checked on. So as soon as I saw it on sale on Switch, I went over to Xbox and checked it on Xbox. It's on sale on Xbox, and I quickly went and checked for Play Anywhere. No, it's not Play Anywhere. So I'm like, nah, I can't get it on Xbox. This is a game I'd like to do on a handheld. So I started playing it straight away, and like, man, it's TMNT skinned Hades. That's literally what this game is. They just ripped off Hades and said, let's just put a turtle skin on this. So if that sounds good to you, because you love Hades, like if you love Hades, you don't have much of a reason not to like this. Yeah, and just like Hades, I just found myself all of a sudden getting sucked right in, just playing and upgrading, and like it's, you know, because I understood because I already had that grounding from Hades. I understood already what I should do, and I started like instead of upgrading my weapons, because it's not that difficult. It's not easy either. I started building up my dragon coins so that I could buy permanent upgrades for the next run. So all of these early runs, I'm just building up my dragon coins to be able to buy the good permanent upgrades to make future runs easier. Quite a pretty game as well. But yeah, it's super, super fun. Splintered Fate. I quite enjoy it. So if you're a fan of Hades, and if you're a fan of the Turtles, definitely pick it up. Like Jesse said in his review, gave it a 7. It's good, not IGN 7, our 7. So it's a good game.
Yeah, 7 is a good score.
It is for regular outlets. It is.
Anyway, lots of games. If you're a Day One member, there's one more that I will just briefly mention. And if Jesse wants to throw a little clip up on the screen, he can. We get a lot of emails and we get thrown codes nowadays. It's pretty great. Like we usually don't have to hunt much stuff down anymore.
I still hunt down the big things.
Yeah, he's hunting down the big things. But I got a code through for Apokerlypse, which is a poker multiplayer card game. And people know that I'm kind of into my card games. And I did a quick Patreon peeps, so a members only exclusive video. It's live. If you're a Day One member, you can view it on Playday.one now. Where it's not really poker, but you've got different hands. So you've got like a 4 of a kind is called a bomb. You've got a tube is like 2 pairs. And then you've got triplets, which is 2 3 of a kinds and stuff like that. But you are fighting in the tavern at the end of the world in a card battler to collect souls to pay the devil. It is, I think, a Chinese developer, and when I first installed it, it came up in what I can only presume was Mandarin or something. And I was like, what? And it did have an English button, and the English is a little bit broken in that
Chat
some of the
GPT
sentences. Yeah, it doesn't quite make sense all the time. But can I played this, and it's actually kind of fun. It's not expensive. It's under $10, and I think there's a neat little idea here, and it's multiplayer, which is great. But if you're into your card battlers, it's got a single player mode, so might want to go check it out. But look at that, just out of nowhere, a whole new idea. I love it. I love that video games can just do that. Here's new ideas. Cool. Off we go again.
And as a PSA/FYI, Replaced got an update.
Yes, I wrote the article for it.
A very important update. An update with chapter select and collectible tracking. I'm like, thank.
And they've even made the choice to listen to community feedback and perhaps give up on their creative vision of 21x9 goodness.
Yeah, I removed the black bars straight away.
I mean, it is great for handhelds. Like playing Replaced on the Asus Republic of Gamers Xbox Ally X Windows 11 handheld gaming PC device is frustrating because you are losing. It's already a small screen, and you are losing so much with Replaced, even though it runs great. So I think it's cool that they've done that. And with a level select, collectible tracking, and skipping conversation, Nick. You can now skip through conversation. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yes, I'm very happy about the chapter because I immediately went to the chapter select and saw where I had missed my collectibles. And I was like, yes. Thank you.
Reading a tweet from Mr. Rebs where he says Halo 2 and 3 remakes are definitely happening because they're in early production. I'm like, it's not how video games work. Nothing is definitely happening until it's done. Just don't use the word definitely. Just say they're in production. That's it. That's the end of the show.
See, look at that.
Oh.
Hey,
Good for them.
I hope that game's done already.
Although apparently there's a bug and they had to push another hotfix out. So and I think that might be in certification on console still with the Xbox version, but I don't know. But I still feel like it's really good that they listened and reacted, because it's a great game, and I hope it means more people play it, because I want a Replace 2 or I want another game in that style from those developers, because man, they cooked. That was a great game.
And where is it? Hey, why are you doing that?
Replaces on Xbox and PC right now. There's no I don't think it's the type of game that would have a deal to keep it off of like PlayStation.
I
or Switch.
imagine
It's just
it will
bandwidth.
come to other devices.
Yeah, there's no reason for it not to. Microsoft has
Yeah,
made it
especially if
clear
it's
with
sold okay.
Game Pass deals are not, you can't be anywhere else. It's just sometimes the
See you
devs
later.
had they didn't have the ability to be everywhere.
No black bars at the top.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Full screen. Woo. Very good.
Good times.
The end of
Good
the
times.
show.
Anyways,
End of the show.
you know what it is time for? It's time for everyone to hit that like button. No, it's time for the news. But also do hit that like button. We appreciate it.
Like, please.
And if you don't follow us or subscribe or even want to become a member, head to playday.1/memberships, because it's the best way you can support us directly. But it's time to talk about the news. And there's been a few bubbling topics this week. Now, Jesse and I have a responsibility to our audience and to each other to try and keep Nick a little bit calmer this week, a little bit more focused. We're going to laser focus Nick
Why?
in. We just don't want to unleash you too much. You know, we unleashed you last week.
What happened last week? I don't even. What was
There
the
were a
deal
few
last week?
comments about the Nick rant. And, you know, equally, I'm reading them, I'm like, we have been doing this show for nearly 7 years. Like,
7
at this point,
years.
you've got to be used to when Nick has an opinion on something,
Him and
He will make
Figments
it
are going to
clear.
get in a fight. Oh, wait.
he will make it clear what his opinion is. And I imagine you have an opinion on this topic, Nick.
What's the topic?
Lots of scuttlebutt started bubbling to the surface last weekend as a new DRM policy seems to appear on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 consoles that would indicate
the online check-in. Ooh.
that there was an online check-in now, but for games post like March of this year. Like if you bought a game last year, it
someone
would
on
work fine.
Resetera did some digging, because of course they could not allow PlayStation to have any bad news for an extended period. So of course
Or
their
Twitter
detective
accounts
work-
had to say, I've heard it's similar in Xbox without any actual.
Oh yes, that's right. Does it play? Who's a completely neutral
You're just saying it.
account? Yeah, Does It Play? Who's a very much a neutral account, had to just for no reason whatsoever say, "Oh, I think Xbox has it too," despite the fact that there was no indication of that. Like, I'm like, why did you put Xbox in that tweet for? Why? I'm like, oh my god. So it turned somewhat. I don't know. I don't even know how it was discovered. Was it Lance McDonald that
I think
discovered
it's
People
someone
who
with a-
have modded PS5s.
Yeah, they had like
Yeah.
it's over a modded PS4, I think,
Nope.
rather than a. Oh, was
That
it
was a
5?
five.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
you
yeah,
can,
they
you
could
can
totally
run
see that there was
Linux on a
a-
PS5 right now because people have
Yeah.
the root keys.
Yeah. There's a check-in timer that required you to check in once every
Yes.
30 days for your purchase to remain active.
Yep.
Chad is yelling
Yeah,
at us. This
I-
is nothing burger news because they have taken what Sony said at face value.
Well, look, we're just going through the
look.
timeline right now, so like, calm down, people.
I have
Don't
called
do
it
that.
I had
PlayStation DRM situation.
Yeah.
It's just a
I had a
situation.
lot of fun with this. I had a lot of fun with this situation because, you know, we all know what happened 13 years ago. And I just found it very funny when because I just saw Lance McDonald's tweet on it, who's like I think a modder and a big Bloodborne guy or whatever. So he must have modded PlayStation consoles, and he discovered this DRM check-in timer. And my first tweet about it was just about, let's sit back and see if Sony copped the shit that Microsoft copped 13 years ago. And then, of course, replies were just full of PlayStation fanboy apologists being like, this is a bug, this is made up, this is bullshit. And then as the days passed, it was turning out to look more and more real. and I had a very fun viral tweet about this topic where I said Xbox lived long enough to watch PlayStation become the villain. And that went quite viral again. If you see some of the replies to that tweet from like PlayStation fanboys that were so upset about it.
I don't understand. Like it's not. It's again. It's just video games. When I see and I read some of like not the bot tweets, but the actual real people. Like, and I'll only mention it because it's Twitter related, and then we'll get back on topic. But like to Jesse's Saros review. Classic Japanese Canadian Japan hates Xbox popped up. It was like, I'm emailing Metacritic to get you guys removed.
Mark immediately was like, sorry, you're gone.
He replied to me too. And it was just, the most interesting replies that I found were the ones that were like, as if you don't have internet these days. I'm like, funny that, because that's what I was saying back in 2013. I was like, what? You guys don't have fucking internet in 2013?
You guys don't have mobile phones?
Yeah, that's what I used to say about Xbox One. Just hotspot your phone. It's a big deal.
I was doing like Diablo meme.
Before, yes, I know. Before it was confirmed that this is like a weird, just the first 2 weeks check-in or some shit to get out of the refund window or something like that.
So the way it works on their store, when you buy a game, you immediately get that forever key, and then people could set their PlayStation offline, not download the game, because if you download the game, you can't get a refund. So you buy it, you have the key on your system, go offline, refund, eventually go back online, and it thinks you own the game because it didn't pull the license from you. And so to get around
this
that,
was a way for people to basically get free games.
Yeah, and Sony, like, and look, let's, for the interest of clarity, because there are some people in the chat being like, it's a nothing burger story. It was a big story for most of the week until Sony finally
for 2 or 3 days
to requests and issued a statement. And here's what Sony said. Players can continue to access and play their purchased games as usual. A one-time online check is required to confirm the game's license, after which no further check-ins are required. Now, the theory that was going around was that as long as it can online check and that like 2 week or something
that
refund
it's
period
a
has elapsed.
Temp license for 2 weeks, and then on day 15, permanent license, because that is what changed. Anything bought before the March update has a permanent license. It just works the moment, because obviously it's a digital download. You always had to be online to buy it and to download it. So it always had it's always had the one-time check. That is not new. So even what their statement is talking about isn't new. Outside of reaffirming that the one-time check is all you need, but it's not yet. It definitely still seems like it's day 15, then you get the permanent. But we got to wait and see, because people have been doing a remove the CMOS battery, which clears your keys, and then they couldn't load the games they had bought until they went back online.
So we just got to wait for the days to pass for whether this is all.
So do you want me to? Because I just bought, as part of it, I made fun of everyone, and I bought Ultra Street Fighter 4 on PlayStation 4. It was on sale for like a ridiculously cheap price, $6 Australian. I was like, I've already got this on 360, but why not? So I bought Ultra Street Fighter 4 just to sort of make fun of everyone saying, getting upset about the online check-in. Because I don't care. I was just hanging shit on people.
And the only thing that really matters for is preservation, or if servers go down. Like, what if something happens?
No, I know, but the funny part is, in the heat of all of this, I was like, man, at least with Xbox, we were getting a benefit for our online check-in. Like, we were getting a disc that we could install, a digital copy. We were getting family sharing. Like, we were getting a benefit out of it. So I had no issue with it. This, at least at first, there was no benefit. This was just seemingly on the surface Sony being arseholes.
Well, Sony curbing perhaps what was maybe an exploit that a few too many people might have been indulging in. Because again, to my knowledge,
too many. What, 10 people?
Yeah, maybe. But please keep me honest here. Sony don't have a and I might be wrong. It's rare, or it's not like a robust refund system. Please keep me honest.
they
'cause
don't.
I don't know. I've
So
heard that it's not
It's
great.
a terrible
Like,
refund system, but it's a basic one. You can buy a
Okay.
game, and within 2 weeks, if you've never downloaded it, you can refund.
oh, okay, that's
If you have downloaded the
That is
game,
shit.
so Microsoft and Steam are essentially, you can buy the game, you can play it for up to 2 hours, or own it for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And PlayStation is you can own it for 2 weeks, you cannot play it, you cannot even download it. It's a bad system.
So if you bought it, played it, and it ran like shit, those are the rare occurrences. Like
Very
Cyberpunk.
rare. Yeah, they'll let
And what
issue
happens if,
refunds.
like, I bought Ultra Street Fighter 4, although, no, I don't think they auto-download. I queued it from the website. So when I just turned my PS5 on now, Ultra Street Fighter 4 was downloading,
When I
which is
bought
weird
Saros,
because I bought
it downloaded.
days ago.
Like the
It
moment I bought
auto-downloaded.
Saros, it's probably a setting. I've never changed it.
Yeah, it probably is. It must be a setting because that seems unfair. That it just auto-downloads. It's like, well, if you download the game, you can't get a refund. It's like, yeah, but you auto-download it.
Yeah, that's a bit- fuck you.
But the funny thing is, I didn't even care. Like I said, I said the
That's
same
the
thing in 2013. We all have internet, man.
Yeah, like
We all have internet.
it's like when people talk about game preservation, all of this shit. Like, I get it, I support it, I'm all for it, but personally,
And that's what the pirates are for.
don't give a shit.
I'm going to bring up,
That's what the pirates are for.
in case anyone's wondering, I'm bringing up a page on Nintendo.com. Here's their policy. Except as authorized by Nintendo or as required by applicable law, all payments that you make through the Nintendo account services, including pre-purchases and subscription payments, are final and non-refundable.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, they don't give you refunds on Nintendo. Which is a
So
positive.
are
See,
we
I'm-
saying that
I'm
Steam and
not positive.
Xbox and probably Epic, I would imagine, offer the best refund
I have no idea what
policies?
Epix is.
Epix is good.
There you go.
Epix is good.
I just had a guess. It was a hazarding a guess.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
they're not in a position to be bad.
Yeah.
Same thing. 14 days or 14 days of purchase, essentially.
And look, like Mr. Badbit's in the chat.
No, 10 days. What?
You know,
Known PlayStation fanboy.
a lovely bloke, I think, is actually the phrase you want to use, mate.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you
it's
can
extremely
cancel
rare and
pre-orders.
It is absolutely terrible.
On Epic, you can cancel pre-orders, or you have the two hours of gameplay, or 14 days.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I bought Returnal. I bought Returnal for $36 because it was on sale. Played it. The ROG at the time couldn't run it great.
Surprisingly heavy
so I
game with the fog stuff.
So I refunded it and got the money like almost instantly. I was like, fucking hell, that was easy. Just did it. Epix was unreal. Yeah. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, I couldn't muster the effort to like be genuinely like annoyed about that. I was just trolling the shit out of everyone on Twitter about it. Like I didn't care with Xbox One, so why would I care with PS5? Like if you're worried about, honestly, controversial opinion, but if you're that worried about preservation, that's what the pirates are there for. That's what they're there for true preservation, because you're not getting that on our consoles. Like, so before Jesse came onto this podcast, for those of you who are OG listeners of this or watchers of this podcast,
Who had bad taste.
you will remember that I reckon roughly an episode in the 40s, I had a massive blow up with Figments over this very topic.
Every episode.
Over this very topic. Because I said, we don't own our video games, guys. Not even the cartridges. Not even our cartridges. If you read those NES and SNES and Nintendo 64 licensing agreements, you do not own those cartridges. You own a license to play those games, which can be revoked at a moment's notice. The fact that Nintendo will never police it is irrelevant. That license agreement
They
is
did
still
once.
there.
That guy who bought all the Sega dev kits and everything in there, that's essentially the license to use, not own. That guy in the UK who I think it was the UK.
Yeah, they came to his house and took everything.
Yeah, they can legally do that.
Yes, that's in the licensing agreement. He was doing something wrong, and Sega was like, "Fuck
Well, not
this."
him. The people who sold it to him did it wrong. They were not allowed legally to sell that again. But it's all the same. The legalese behind what you own. You own nothing. You own the right to play
you
their
don't.
thing. Because otherwise, you technically have some ownership on the game, and that could legally mean who knows what. They make a
the way
change you don't
people
like. And you're like, no, I
talk,
own this game. Don't change it.
Forever physical. It's like, you don't own. The funny thing is, so again, you've never owned your video games. Never have. From 1981 to now, you've never owned them. You think you do, but you don't own them. As soon as the internet came, as soon as consoles went online with Gen 7, like properly online with Gen 7, that was it. All of a sudden, publishers had a way to police the licensing agreements that have been there since the 80s. The internet's just given them a way to actually police it. They can turn your discs into a toaster. They can ban your account. They can ban your console. They now have ways to police this shit. You do not own your games, not even the physical ones. I don't care if you think you do, and you're going to come at me with all your fucking yapping and rah. You don't own any of it. Just accept that and enjoy it while you got it, and just don't do anything wrong, and you'll be fine. Because it's in their best interest not to just sit there and ban everyone and police every little tiny thing, because eventually they lose business. People will stop buying from them, so they're not just going to like ban people because they feel like it. They're ultimately businesses. But, you know, everyone still thinks they own that's why I'm just digital now. It's like, man, I don't own the discs either. If they want to turn my disc into a coaster, they will.
Yeah.
It's funny. The one I would be physical with is Nintendo, because it was like, I haven't really gotten to play through all the Metroid Dread. I would have liked to play through that, but the physical's now very hard to find. But the digital was on sale for like $40.
Really?
Well, yeah, because
The
I mean, they're not
physical's hard to find of Dread.
Yeah, it's not hard to find cheap. It's just $60. It's never on sale or anything. Like they're not still printing them nonstop. But the digital version was $40 for a code on Amazon. I almost did it. At that point, I was like, I'm just gonna play it once, and it would be nice to be able to resell. That's the only real advantage for physical for me.
I've even got Dread physical. I don't have Dread digital. I've got Dread physical. It's not like it's not a game. Like, as much as I adore Metroidvanias, they're not games that I play multiple times. Because the magic is in that first run and discovering everything and upgrading. Once you've done that, what's the motivation to go back again?
Yeah, Mio was amazing, but now I know the amazing things you learn about it as you play through it.
Yeah, like even Lost Crown, one of my favorite games of all time. I don't think I'd play through it again.
It's funny as well, because I tried to download Ori 2 and Ori 1, and I've been like, I'll put them on my handheld. Maybe I'll play them on a flight. And you get a little bit in, and you're just like, I've done all this.
No.
You're so weak. Having to build back up, and that's what killed me when I had played Breath of the Wild, loved it, and Tears of the Kingdom was coming. So I played some more Breath of the Wild, and I was like, I'm building myself up again. All right, I'm like 10 hours in, I built myself. Oh, shit. I've lost everything again to start Tears of the Kingdom. I've got to completely build my inventory and everything, my hearts and my stamina back up.
CBF.
I can't do it.
CBF.
Yeah.
But yes, back on Don Metric taking over from PlayStation. Yes, it did appear to be somewhat of a nothing burger.
Potentially.
Although, to be honest, I don't think it was a burger anyway. I have internet. I'm not.
It was a shift in how things worked, and people were confused.
It had to be, because all our PlayStations needed to be logged in again to accept some new user agreement. So it must have come with that.
Yeah, it was like
even my app.
Yeah, it was a March UI update.
Yeah, even my app had signed me out, and I had to accept a new agreement again. So it must have come with that.
Cheeky boogers.
Yeah, very cheeky. But yes.
But hey, overall, it's probably a nothing burger. We'll find out when that 15-day thing. Like, personally, do not care.
Couldn't care less.
Couldn't give a shit.
I bought Street Fighter just to be a smartass to say, look, I'm playing a digital game. Ooh, Boogeyman's going to get me.
If you're in Southeast Asia, however, you might give a shit. Or
the US, because I forgot to add it on. So Southeast Asian prices all rising up 43% in South Korea.
Fuck.
But it's pretty much in Southeast Asia and South Korea. They know to change them because South Korea is way north, even though it says South. Korea itself is in the north. But PS5 price updates again. The refurbished models on PlayStation from, I think, PlayStation Direct have gone up $100 in the US. So the slim no disc, slim digital went from $400 to $500, and the disc version went from $450 to $550. I think. I don't remember. Chengus wrote it up, but they went up $100.
That's a shame.
Everything's going to keep, even though like the RAM apocalypse has stabilized. Memory prices are worse than ever. Like nothing's going to go down. I know Steam machines or Steam decks might be coming in again because no one's sure. Just as console on the manifest stuff for Valve, but no prices are going to be good this year. No prices are going to be good next year. They're all just going to keep being bad. Thank you, Sam Altman, and Microsoft, and Google, and Amazon, and everyone.
Fuck all these people. In other news,
The refurb prices, yeah.
Resident Evil got a movie trailer. Have you guys watched it?
Oh, man, people got upset at me for questioning that trailer.
Keep me honest here. This is from the same director of Weapons.
Yep.
Which I really
Barbarian.
like. I haven't seen
which is
Barbarian,
great.
but I've heard good things.
Oh, Barbarian's a great movie.
So I've read the
I
script
really
on
read it
this
now.
one, so I won't say anything spoilery, but he wrote it. He co-wrote it with someone else. The script's out there, and scripts are always weird because you don't have the context. You just have words on the page, and you're not seeing how they shoot it or how they frame it, all that type of stuff. It's a side story during Resident Evil 2. So it stars no one from the game, but it's taking place outside and then in Raccoon City during that time frame from the mind of Zach Kreger.
Because it's funny that people got so upset with me. Like in my tweet, I said it looks good. The trailer looks good.
It looks like a good horror movie.
Yeah, I just didn't see the Resident Evil link is all. And everyone was like, how about we not judge the movie? I'm like, what the fuck did I judge?
He's
I
the
asked
junkie
question.
from Weapons. He's good.
I literally said it looks good, as in the trailer does look good. I just questioned the link to Resident Evil,
Yeah,
and fuck me dead, did people get upset? I'm like, Jesus Christ, man! I just asked the fucking question.
Well, it's one of
The
those
fuck are you getting
things
so upset
where
about?
the link is there to attach it to a huge IP to immediately get that thing's audience based on ideas that a huge fan of the franchise had in their head, which isn't, I'm just going to take the shitty story from the games, and I'm sorry, Resident Evil has shitty stories up until, like, Village is okay, 8 is, and then 9 story was actually pretty good. Like, their story chops this year, I think, have been better than I've ever seen before, between that and Pragmata, and what I'm hoping in Onimusha. But telling a side story is very much the Fallout TV show thing. You have this established universe. You can make your own characters.
Yes.
You can call back
Yes.
This trailer is
I don't-
literally a Resident Evil game of having I got a shitty pistol. I've upgraded to their shotgun. Like he talked about all the tropes. He
I
put in
get
there.
what you're saying. I get what you're saying, right? But my point was, and it's good that you brought in Fallout into this discussion. If you didn't tell me, if you showed me a trailer for the Fallout TV show, even though it's a side story, if you showed me a trailer for the Fallout TV show, I would immediately know it's Fallout, even without having a title, without anything. I would know it's
iconic
Fallout.
designs and things like that. So you're expecting
Now-
for Resident Evil to see the Umbrella logo? Or
I don't know if it's the
Raccoon
Umbrella
City,
logo, but
or-
like, if you had just
the
if that
liquors
had
and
just
various
been
different. Yeah.
if that had just been a trailer for just any random horror movie and you didn't show me the title screen, if you just showed me the trailer and no title screen, and all I saw was from the maker of Weapons and Barbarian, I'd be like, oh, this looks sick. I wonder what this is. I wouldn't have said, oh my God, Zach Kreger's doing Resident Evil. Like there was nothing in that trailer that made me go, holy shit, this is Zach Kreger's Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I would have just thought it was a Zach Kreger horror movie. That
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
mean
I'm
it's
with you.
bad. Doesn't mean it's bad.
No. I
just
must react
couldn't-
and defend the thing that I enjoy.
Shorter
see the link.
teaser. I wouldn't be surprised if, because there's definite Resident Evil stuff in the script. They give a few of them to really pull you in and like,
I started to read more stuff. To read more stuff about it, and I saw interviews with the director. Totally get where he's going with it, and I'm sure I will love the movie because I love Barbarian and I loved Weapons. So I have zero doubt I will love this movie. But my God, though, some of the replies to my tweet, you would think that I called it the worst movie in the history of cinema. And in my tweet, I literally say, this looks good. And people were fucking going at me like I absolutely shit on it. I'm
That's my That's my
is
review of
wrong with you
Saros.
people?
This game's great. I really liked it. 8 out of 10. What are you shitting on it? Just pulling down them open critic like it's not real. Social media is not
Oh
real.
my God.
I tell you, random tangent on movies while we're on movies. If you guys recall when Planet of Lana 2 came out, and I sat down and I interviewed Klaus and Adam from Wishfully.
Yeah.
And after we were chatting about the game and we talked about some stuff, and members will, if they've watched this, I said to these guys, I was like, hey, while I think of it, do you know what I think about Planet of Lana? I would love to see this turned into a movie because I think it would be incredibly good with Mui as this character and a young kid going out on this adventure against AI machines. If it was done really stylistically and well, it could be a really amazing kids movie that's original and new. And they were like, we would love that.
Winky winky.
Yeah, and no, well they said that, and then they were like, if it ever happens, give me some commission. And I get an email from Stephen Tortillo's game file, where he's been out at the Vegas showcase thingy, Ilcon, or whatever it's called.
Icon, double ICON, the E3 replacement only for the industry.
And I'm reading through, his updates, and he says in here, this is where it's like, it talks about the Sonic. He chats with people about Sonic franchise, and Hollywood producer Dimitri Johnson most wanted to adapt into a movie. He was like, Sonic was the gateway drug to get Streets of Rage, Nick, and we're making that dream come true.
Yeah, we've talked about it before, Nick. You forgot. Yeah.
Yes, the Streets of Rage movie.
We've talked about it before.
And then he also said that he really wants to make, and he's pitching a Planet of Lana movie. So I dropped Adam and Klaus an email yesterday. I was just like, hey guys, where's my commission? Where's my check? This was my idea. And they were like, where did you read that? Because obviously they were like, shit, how does he know? I was like, someone said it in a panel in this thing. They were like,
And with this actress potentially attached to it, Amber Midthunder. If you liked Prey or the TV show Legion, she is very good. I like her quite a bit. She's a good actress.
Prey is amazing.
And she was also in, was it Numb? The Jack Quaid one where he can't feel pain. She was the love interest in that.
Shit, what was that called?
I've not been able to remember, and I didn't want to look it up. I'm trying to remember the name.
Neither can I.
Novocaine.
Novocaine.
I like Novocaine. That was fun.
She was
I haven't seen it.
love interest in Novocaine.
It's not great, but it's
fun. Yeah, it's not an amazing movie, but it's fine.
Okay.
But
yeah, sorry, I was just trying to throw that tangent in there because I was like, Planet of Lana movie, Streets of Rage movie, we're all about video game movies nowadays.
Street Fighter movies coming, Mortal Kombat 2 soon.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the first one.
Man, they just, I love it. What else is in the news this week? Oh, of course, Xbox have been in the news this week for a myriad of reasons. Their Microsoft quarterly numbers were in, and guess what, Nick? Let's see if you can guess.
Everything was down.
Correct. For Xbox, yeah.
In Windows.
Everything was down.
And guess what? They said in January it would be. And guess what they said? It'll be in June. It'll be really down. It'll be double digits down. So their guidance was down 4 to 9%, and it was down 5%. And their guidance for June is down low teens for Xbox and high teens for Windows as they shift, and they kept doing that company line of shifting to focusing on our core users' experiences and stuff. Because they're going to take a big margin hit on lowering the price of Game Pass.
I want to see them do something ballsy and drop the price of the consoles. That's where I'll be like, all right, now you're cooking with gas.
Everything she said, they're just talking about the experience on the consoles and not trying to push more. So I don't expect it. I don't expect
come back
lower
swimming
price
with
or
Gen
bundles.
10, I guess.
This generation is keep what we can keep, not try and gain more, because this shit's more expensive than ever.
So
Yeah,
then,
so like-
so then, what's her plan to stabilize Gen 9?
Well, that's what she's talking about. So
Was,
Zach EKMX in the chat is asking the same question. Since they said it would be down, how is that good? How does this help to stabilize Gen 9? Stabilize does not mean sell more consoles. It means here's our existing people that own an Xbox Series S or X. Throw everything we can at them to make them feel like that purchase was worthwhile. Is how I'm interpreting that.
yeah. So, like I said, retention.
Yeah,
Like I
retention.
said from the
Infinite-
start, it's
Infinite,
all about
um,
retention.
Infinite Hero asks, why wouldn't they drop the prices and clear out? They don't have anything to clear out. They don't stock like PlayStation or Nintendo do. They don't stock 3 months ahead. They restock to order, and their orders have been small since even before ABK, when they started shifting SOCs to the cloud to try and grow there. Because the cloud, as Jez has said a few times, you can use that compute power for Azure and various things when it's not being used for a video game, versus consistently losing money on hardware to try and grow your base. They have made it clear they're not looking to lose money on hardware, and I don't see that changing. But you never know.
Isn't it funny? It's funny you brought up cloud and Azure. Like, isn't it weird that they called it Azure? Because Azure is like blue.
Yeah,
so you
it's a
think
colour.
the sky is blue, sky, cloud. But it's like, no, that's sky. So if this is about the cloud, why not give it a name that refers to the cloud instead of the sky?
Well,
The cloud's in the sky.
they
Yeah, I
used to
know.
call it SkyDrive, didn't they? And then they had to rename it because of someone else owning
OneDrive.
No, OneDrive is what it became,
Yeah, I know.
but they renamed it because of another company complaining about the original name. I can't remember what the original
Oh,
name
no,
was.
it was something I was very randomly thinking about yesterday. And I'm like, because I think I saw a truck with the name Azure on it. And then I'm like, it made me think about the fact that they call it Azure when it's about the cloud and not the sky. And I'm like, man, that's just more typical Microsoft not knowing how to fucking name shit.
I don't think most people dislike the name Azure. I think it's fine. Amazon Web Services is the biggest cloud thing on the planet. No one really cares about the
That's
name.
right. And that is a web service. That's accurate.
Yeah, but you're not selling
It-
to consumers. It's just businesses, and businesses don't care. You could call it dog shit limited, and if it was the best thing for them, they'd buy it.
It's still a relevant name. Unlike Azure.
Isn't the whole
Does
thing like
not relate to
Azure
the
Web
cloud.
Services?
All right, this is. I'm putting a
Is it
stop
a
to
name
this
that
silly
refers
tangent.
to the cloud and
Stop
not
it.
the sky?
Stop it. Another Xbox news. They updated game developers on their new approach for game publishing with their new package manager.
One of
Which is
our big
basically
complaints for
back-end
us
stuff.
on coverage.
Yeah, like it can be occasionally tricky.
Almost
get-
always impossible to get Xbox code before other platforms.
Yeah. So I hope that this resolves that. This is a new way for developers to update builds and
This
release
goes
patches
in
and
line
things like
with
that.
not just making the process faster, but also having the smaller patch sizes and smaller install sizes overall. Stuff that we talked about before, where it's like
Yeah.
the actual way their files are structured can be up to like a 64% reduction in patch size and a big reduction in overall install size. Which would be very good because, boy, is storage expensive. I thought, I got like 500 gigs left on this 2 terabytes. Instead of uninstalling stuff, maybe I just toss a 1 terabyte in there. Oh, it's $200 for anything that's not bad. Cool.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Not so cool. So that's cool. And then honestly, the rest of the news is kind of just about video games, which is great in my opinion. There's lots to talk about, but before we talk about actual games, on Monday it is May the 4th. So everyone's doing Star Wars things.
Star Wars stuff.
Star Wars stuff. We have Secret Mode announcing the release date for Star Wars Galactic Racer this week.
Ooh, that looks good.
Looks good. Looks really good. It's coming to consoles and PC this October for everyone to play. Looking forward to checking that out.
Ex Burnout devs,
Yeah,
if I
very
recall
burnout
correctly.
vibes. Just a good
Yeah,
thing to
like
have.
the more I see of it, the more I'm like, okay, I'm in. This looks really fun.
Cool collector's edition.
Yeah, very cool collector's edition if you're into your Star Wars. So that's very good. But also you've got loads of Star Wars stuff in Fortnite, Nick. Have you seen all of this wonderful stuff?
Yes, apparently
excited
there's
about
like
that?
even like a single player thing in there, which I might give a go to. There's like a RPG Star Wars thingy in there. I'm like, interesting.
Starts with a tauntaun and then okay, I'll say this. The main issue I have with Fortnite is their own characters look so fucking stupid. Every time I go through my list and I get, oh, you've got all these characters for having Game Pass Ultimate, and then I see the celebrity ones. Oh, I got Chapel Roan, cool. Then I see their characters. I'm like, this is the most generic AI mobile ass looking character design I've ever seen. Every time. It's annoying. That's my rant about Fortnite.
I haven't played as much this season just because there's been so many fucking new games coming out that I've needed to play, and I've barely touched Fortnite. Like, my son the other day was like, what level are you? I'm like, 36. He's like, I'm like 175. I'm like,
Wow.
I'm going to get him to log into my account and like rank up my account to like level 100 so I can get all the Battle Pass stuff, because I haven't had a chance to play. I've barely had time for anything.
Yeah,
Like,
get your boy working on it.
Look at here. Ray looks weird because it's the Fortnite-ification, and maybe it's not Daisy Ridley's face. I don't know. But then she's just next to this fucking...
Her arm is really long, or is it just me?
Oh, no, she's part monkey. Oh, sorry, part great ape. I don't want to be offensive. But then you got this guy over here with his fucking, like, Lego character hair and his stupid mask, and it's just like, this is what everything in Fortnite looks like. It's like, God damn it. I don't like their generic-ass art style of everything. And that ends on, like, Mandalorian and Grogu. At least he looks okay. He doesn't look terrible. His ears are way too...
I've got
to the side.
Mandalorian and Grogu in Fortnite.
Oh, they're back. Because they have a movie coming out.
Merchandise. Buy our thing. Consume. It's cool.
Love
If you love Star Wars, I'm happy for you.
You two have never watched Andor, and so I can't trust
look,
anything you
it
say
is
about
on the
Star
list.
Wars. No, it should
When
be
you
at the
boot
top
up
of the list.
Fortnite, you go straight into the trailer for the Star Wars stuff when you boot it up.
Fun times.
Galactic Siege.
We
Powerful heroes.
It's like Battlefront.
I'm going to watch Andor after we've finished For All Mankind. So it's
For All Mankind is a pimple on the taint of the worst Andor episode. I've never seen a second of it.
It's really good. You would like it, Jesse, a lot.
I just canceled my Apple TV because I hadn't used it in like 3 months. I know it's great. I just never have the time.
Yep, I understand. Nick, if you want to talk about games though, beyond just Star Wars stuff, let's talk about
Vader. They're
May.
You're showing the trailer. I just played
that
twice.
Trailer and you're
I played it
holding up
twice.
a tiny version. Like why?
Look.
Just Nick thinks.
Hey,
That's
Daffy.
Daffy
Did you get?
My man.
Yeah, but did you get Bugs Bunny?
No, I haven't gotten to
Yeah,
the
get
end of the
fucked.
Battle Pass yet. I haven't gotten to the end of the Battle Pass yet. That's the
shame.
whole point.
Wow, the love for Andor in the chat. And I would normally say, don't oversell. No, you can't. You can't oversell how good of a TV show Andor is. And it costs like $600 million to make. So thank you, Kathleen Kennedy.
Darth Maul is fucking goated,
His new cartoon's very good. Shadow Lord.
apparently.
Yep.
Star Wars is overrated generally.
Star Wars movies are almost all bad. The extended Star Wars stuff can be great.
But beyond May the
Escape
4th
Vader.
and all of that stuff, shh, Nick, I'm trying to move on to the next topic. I want to talk a little bit about May in general.
It's going to be
because
May. Wait,
It's May right now. It's my birthday month. Happy birthday, me. 19th of May, which is the
I was going to
release
say,
date
you're a
for
rough 19.
for the
Really?
Paupers edition of Forza Horizon 6, if you're on Game Pass. But there's so many games coming out this month. It's kind of nuts. So I'm just going to mention a few of them, but I want to hear from the chat. What are you looking forward to that's maybe not on this list?
And I'm going to put from our big preview, I'm going to put some 007 First Light game. But, oh, never mind. We didn't
get invited to that preview. I'm very sad, considering they
That
invited us to
game
the
looks
first one.
like shit.
Game Right, who's in the chat, did. I'll put his video on, and I'll put a link to it in chat.
But
Hey
we've
guys,
got,
by the way, there are some people that I know are interested watching. Look who's back in the store.
I've gone to the other thing.
Oh shit.
Don't worry, Gamer, I'll play a
Shannon's-
little bit of it. It's in both chats.
Oh,
I love it. We're trying to move on to the next topic. Nick's just.
I can
boot
mute
Fortnite. Let me go
and just
through
turn his
things.
camera off.
Shanna's is back.
Nick, hook everything up. Book yourself a little live stream. Nick goes through his Fortnite character.
I'm just going to
collection.
jump
What a-
ahead a little bit
She's got a
into some
hot
of
ass.
the 007. You can go watch on Game Riot's channel.
Yeah.
He's got a nice half-hour-long preview with lots of
God,
gameplay.
this game looks incredible.
It looks really good. The previews were very, very positive as well, for the most part. Apart from someone who said, "I don't like playing as Bond because Bond's an awful person."
Yeah,
And I'm
PC
like,
Gamer had a really weird article today where it's like,
anti-British take.
yeah,
I don't
the
get it.
Brits are annoying, so James Bond can't be good. I was like, oh, hey, you're honest. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Okay, here's some of the video you can see. There,
I
don't
think it looks
demonetize us, please.
But yeah, we've got Mixtape coming on May the 7th.
That's close.
That's coming to Game Pass, but it's also coming out on PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. That is next week, I think. It's, I mean, everything I've seen of it, I've played a little bit of it at SGF last year.
Yeah, we had like 10, 15-minute segment.
I can kind of sense how it's going to go for this one, I think. You know, like, I know that I think I'm going to really like it. We'll see. But I think, you know, there'll be the usual, oh, it's not really a game. And then off we go into the, you know, reactions of that. We've got
Artful Escape was so good though.
Artful Escape was great, but again, like people could, oh, you just hold right and hold X, and occasionally do.
But like Artful Escape
an
was about the
experience, isn't it?
experience. It was so good.
We've got on the same day, Will Follow the Light, which looks very pretty. Unreal Engine 5, very small team. As you play a lighthouse keeper who
You did a preview
does
for
some
it, didn't you?
sailing. I have. I
You
have
did some coverage for
interviewed-
it.
I had a conversation with
That
the
was it.
developers about it, and it looks really pretty. So curious to see how that one shakes out. We've got Directive 8020, which had some previews recently.
They weren't
That's
the most
coming on May
positive.
12th.
We'll see.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
don't
it's
know
a
how
dark
positive
pictures
the reviews were.
anthology game for lovers of Supermassive's interconnected universe of supernatural horror.
yeah. So we got that. We've got on the same day, May the 12th, Call of the Elder Gods, which is the sequel to Call of the Sea, which was a OG Xbox Series console launch title, I think. Out of nowhere now, when we're seeing games dodge and move around, Subnautica 2 is coming out on May 14th, and it was originally
That's
releasing,
soon.
into Game Pass Early Access via Game
I
Preview.
confirmed because it didn't say it anywhere in any of their emails or trailers, but it is still Game Pass.
Yeah. And Outbound, which is the camper van survival crafty thingy game where you build your own cozy home on wheels. That was meant to be coming out on the same day across Xbox, PS5, Switch, 1 and 2 and PC. And they were like, shit. So they moved their release date again and brought it forward to dodge Subnautica. And that's now releasing on May the 11th.
Subnautica has been the most wish-listed game on Steam for 9 months straight.
Yeah. So that's probably going to do very well. And then we've got the Caribou Trail, a World War One first-person narrative game on PS5 and PC.
Which I'm hoping to
May
review if I can find the time. I do have a code for it.
On May 19th, unless you buy the Super Duper Fancy Pants Edition, we've got Forza Horizon 6 coming to Xbox Game Pass and PC, not PS5 at launch, I'm afraid.
Haha.
Just right there.
Such a child. Looking forward to playing that. I think we all are. Deep Rock Galactic Rogue Core. I didn't even know this was a thing until Kat put this list together. Roguelike spin-off with Rock and Stone. Be interested to check that out.
Rock and Stone.
Thief, or a game from the developers of Deus Ex and Thief. Thick as Thieves, a co-op or solo stealing stealth game thingy.
Stealth in and bruv. Was
Yeah,
formerly
stealth, bruv.
PvPvE, but is now just PvE with co-op.
And it's only $5 for a short introductory campaign. So that suggests there'll be more.
Really?
Yeah. And then we've got Atomic Owl on May 20th on Xbox, PS5, Switch, and PC, which looks to me like kind of like a I don't know, an action Metroidvania platformer thing.
I gotta look it up on YouTube here and play something.
It looks pretty. It's
Atomic
like
Owl.
it's an Atomic Owl. It's all neons and precision
This guy has a
platforming
whole.
and stuff.
Oh, this guy has a full game and commentary, so it's just a port.
Well, yeah, it looks like a port. Lunar Abyss on May 21st also looks really good. That one looks a little bit like a Returnal, a Saros.
Yeah,
kind of
it's a
thing.
bullet hell first-person shooter that
Interesting.
Barry will be reviewing for us.
And that's coming to Game Pass.
Yes.
Yes,
And it's funny, I had the request on Press Engine for 3 years. It was a bit delayed.
Whoa. Yoshi on the 28th.
Yeah, we got Yoshi Mysterious Book on the 21st, I think, for Switch
Which
2.
previewed very
Oh, I
well.
thought it was the 28th.
Maybe it's different in Australia. I don't know.
It actually looks good.
Yeah, it
'cause I
previewed
didn't
really
buy
well.
Crafted World. Was it Crafted World or whatever it was? I didn't get like this. This looks a bit different the way they've done it. It doesn't look as super ultra baby basic as the last few Yoshi games.
Never guess who got this exclusive gameplay.
BGC.
IGN.
I'm actually.
It's a really
IGN.
bad looking video. I don't know what's up with their
I'm
capture.
actually kind of tempted with this one. It looks alright.
And you will have to buy everything, it seems, from now on. I just don't get anything anymore.
Yeah, I know. Which is annoying.
Wonder
Shame,
why.
isn't it? We'll figure it out. It'll be okay.
It looks cool.
We're not done yet, though. This is how bonkers May is. Like, already in that list, there's like 5 games I really want to play.
Yeah.
We've
Easy
got
for the
Lego
hero.
Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, open world Lego Arkham Batman. Yes, please. May 22nd.
I'm
across
trying
Xbox,
to get on that
PS5,
one.
Switch and PC. Very, very excited to play that.
You
We've got
asked the
Echo.
Discord, who wants it? When I've said like 7 times, I'm reviewing it.
Did I ask who
Yep.
wants it? I don't think I'd asked
You
who
did.
wants it.
Let me look.
You just can't steal all the big games, you know.
Yes, I can, because I did all the little ones.
Nah, it doesn't work.
I did all the ones nobody else wanted to do, and I built up the relationships, and now I get anything. Except for you're taking most of... you take most of Microsoft's games, give them 10s.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You're welcome.
Yeah, so
No
when
worries,
you put out
Sacha.
your big thing, you have a question mark, Lego Batman question mark on your current.
Yeah, I was just asking. That wasn't me asking. I was like, who's doing that?
Fuck out of here.
I was clarifying. That's clarification.
Fucking
Buff. Echo Generation 2, which also looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
Not for me because it's a turn-based game. May 27th, coming to Game Pass. And then we've got 007 First Light, which we've already mentioned on May 27th.
There's so
We've
many
got-
Game Pass games next month. It's crazy.
Crash Out Crew, May 28th. Game Pass, Xbox and PC. This is from the team that made Peak. So it's a little friend slop game, it looks to me.
Yep. Yeah, your little forklifts driving around. You got to get the right things to bring to load up, and there's crazy shenanigans afoot.
And then there's another one that's probably going to be for me and you to do a little stream with at some point towards the end of May. Shift at Midnight, an online co-op detective horror for 1 to 3 players, releasing on PC May 28th. Managing a gas station again, but with horror
Oh yeah, I
stuff.
remember that one. That was like the pixely graphic one. But coming to Game Pass this May, Final Fantasy V on the 5th, the old one. Mixtape on the 7th, Call of the Elder Gods on the 12th, Subnautica 2 on the 14th, Forza Horizon 6 on the 19th, Bistro, long-awaited indie on the 21st, Luna Abyss on the 21st, Echo Generation 2 on the 27th, Crash Out Crew on the 28th, and RV There Yet with a to be
my
announced
God.
date. That's already
it's-
confirmed.
That's mad. It's just so many games, and it's worth mentioning. Stake 1024 in the chat says the 21st sees Indiana Jones and the Great Circle arrive on Switch 2 as
From
well.
previews is a really solid
Solid
30 FPS port, but like it looks very good.
Fine. It's fine.
I'm not big
It's
on
handheld.
first person 30 F is a little
No, I'm
rough,
not.
but when you're
But
playing
it's
on a
a
handheld device, and it looks that nice. You're like, hey, I'll take
Yeah.
it.
God, people are so dumb.
Are you on Twitter?
He's on
Do you
Twitter.
know? You know,
He's on Twitter.
yeah. You know how, Jeff just had to tweet about Redfall, right?
Yep.
And I said, I'm going to bookmark this tweet, for no reason. I'm just going to bookmark this tweet till August. Now, most people know why. You know how many people thought I was teasing Redfall coming to PlayStation? I'm like, what? People fucking dumb.
Oh, so did Concord come out in
I
September?
don't think anyone thought that.
Yeah, they did. Go and read the replies.
Yeah, but people.
Bro, Assassin, one of our own executive producers in the chat says it's going to PlayStation, isn't it? Lol. He's clearly joking. Like, no one actually thinks it. The studio's closed.
I know, but there are people who are like thinking I'm teasing it's releasing on PlayStation. Like, read all the replies. And I'm sure a lot of people have A, forgotten that Arcane's closed. B, usually Arcane and the main studio that made a game don't do the ports. So it's not like Playground was doing the port of Forza Horizon 5, did they? Another studio did it. But I can't believe how many people think I'm teasing Redfall coming to PlayStation. I'm like, Jesus, like August. Think about what Jeff has tweeted. Think about August. Jeff Keighley tweeting.
Here's
Add the
Reloaded.
2 and 2 together. What am I really saying?
What is
My
Nick
God.
saying? Yeah. That's everything coming to May. I know, it's like rewind from side Twitter tangent.
Well, no, it was relevant. We were talking about months.
Yeah,
and
we were
releases,
talking about months. Yeah,
so kind of was
loose
relevant.
connection there. I think
You know what we need to talk about? You know
what
what
do we need to talk about? What do we need to?
Lego. Speaking of Lego Batman,
Our biggest article
Lego.
in months.
Lego is releasing a Mega Drive. Ooh, boy. I didn't buy the Game Boy. I didn't buy the NES. I am buying that fucking Mega Drive. I am so going to get that Mega Drive and put that shit together.
Yeah,
Holy crap.
it looks fun if you're a Mega Drive fan. I think.
Oh god, they've done a good. I mean, the controllers look a little bit funny.
It's half the price of the Nintendo one, which is why I think it's obvious. I don't think they did a bunch of custom molds for it like they probably did with the Nintendo ones.
Wow, so many in the chat. I don't know what Nick is saying. Really?
Who remembers Concord's release date is August 23rd?
Yep. But
Most people don't. They just don't.
Well, I did
Most
have
people
a couple
don't
of
remember
people,
Concord.
Yeah, but
I did have people reply to me with Concord gifs. So I was like, the first couple of replies straight away were about Concord, and I'm like, okay, these people know me and they understand me. Like,
You know what's cool
straight
about
away,
this?
They knew.
This Lego set is both. I think if you're international, you get the Mega Drive, as in this picture, and
As
then
in
if,
the real name.
yeah, and the first one, and then you get the North American only Sega Genesis. If you're in the best country in the world,
So we get the superior.
there's
Mega Drive
literally
version.
no difference to anything about them except for the logo, which I think the Genesis logo actually looks better, even if the name's not great.
Mega Drive is an incredible
Like
name.
it just says Mega Drive down here,
It's the best. Goated.
but then you get the cool Sega Genesis logo up here. I think that looks better.
No.
I'm just happy for everyone who gets what they want.
And this
You
is
know?
$40 US. Again, I
wait.
think because the controllers look weird, and they probably didn't do a bunch of custom work, and they kept the price down compared to the $80 that I think the Nintendo was.
Yeah,
Sega likes
Nintendo
putting
keeping
their.
those prices high.
There's a lot of cheap-looking original Genesis knockoffs you can find that were licensed by Sega. They don't have much quality control.
Cool.
They stole the,
Yeah.
they stole the
All
Mega Bloks
right.
name. Mega Bloks owns the word Mega, not Sega. Gross.
I think that's it that's it for news. That's all the news. So we want to take a moment to thank everybody, and provide some updates as well, perhaps on what we're up to. If you peruse Playday.1 recently, you might see short videos appear capping the week's headlines. Because what we're doing before we go live with headlines on a Tuesday and a Thursday is we record a little 60-second clip where I just run through the headlines to encourage people to go and click it. And you'll see that as a little video ad to generate revenue on the site. We are only one members piece of content up at the moment this week. We do need to get another members only video out before.
I've got a bunch of
tomorrow.
things ready to go. I just need to find the time to record one. And you're never available, so it'll have to be solo.
It's tricky. Timing is tricky. Time zones are tricky. We're back at UK Games Expo. We are still crowdfunding to help us cover travel costs. So maybe we do another subathon again, but we didn't reach the points in the crowdfunding thing where, you know, hilarious things happen, like I dye my hair bright pink or whatever. We'll still do those if we can get there. So if you can help, please do consider contributing. But the best way, if you want to support us directly, is become a member by heading to Playday.1/memberships. Big thank you to everybody that does support us. One of the benefits for certain tiers is you get to ask us some questions every week, because we wouldn't be able to do this show without you. So we owe you that time. So we'd like to take a moment now to answer the questions of the week. Let's go over to the form, Nick, and dive right in. I don't think there's too many.
Only one again. There's only one again in the form.
People aren't feeling inquisitive lately.
It's really it's going to take a long time, though.
Yeah.
I just had to zoom out 4 times to fit it on screen.
Oh, God.
Good evening / morning, day one crew. Happy May 4th weekend, Star Wars holiday, and may the Force be with you. I know it's one question. I did 2, but didn't answer them. Apologies, but I'm frustrated as an Xbox user since the post-Xbox 360 time / post-Series X time. The heated debate of exclusives is not something that won't go away. I know that's not what he meant, but doesn't
That's
matter.
a double negative. Is something that won't go away.
Yeah, it is something that won't go away. And for a reason you've probably discussed on the show at length. And maybe it's good that it doesn't. My humble opinion, multi-platform for Xbox barely or is already killing Xbox presence in the games industry. Take a look at Japanese Sukuna dev on Xbox who said not worth porting with limited resource or any developer. Making great games hasn't helped Xbox. Porting to other platform with no return. Honestly, why even port first-party games of Xbox to other platforms? I get it, John. You want Halo to grow and be big. But how much are you willing to sacrifice new Xbox users that aren't using the platform instead of acquiring those said users to come to the Xbox platform? Jesse, I also know you like to cutthroat and straight to the point with how business goes, but ask yourself this. Do you want Xbox to be a third party or first party? How much longer does it have to take at this point is far more than enough. If neither of the two, PlayStation / Nintendo, are giving anything, then no point to even give them the toys Xbox owns, let alone those users be comfortable to get it on their platform. I agree with you, itzFinn.
That's how you know you're wrong. When Nick agrees with you.
I don't necessarily disagree with Finn. It's a perfectly valid stance to take. And I said it on the show last time, like if Xbox are looking and had already normalized as of like 2014 or whatever that PC releases day and date were fine, and they got over that hump with their audience and everyone just accepted it because of the Windows tie-in. Why isn't that enough? I think that is a perfectly valid question to ask.
Yep.
And yes, when you look at outliers like PlayStation 5 and Sea of Thieves where they sold well, there's a solid argument there for the money men. I get it.
Yep.
But it cannot be denied, and especially now that we've been in that world for a couple of years now, since the infamous 4 Games business update, it hasn't done them a lot of favors in terms of them being respected more. Do you know what I mean? As a platform. So maybe
still
they
down.
were wrong. I don't know. It's not up to me.
It's not a maybe. They were wrong. It's not a maybe. They were flat out wrong.
But there you go. I don't want to dwell too much on it. Don't do it.
Was it Sakana's? Was it Sakana's recent survey?
You're definitely
going to
ignore the context on that survey that Matt Piscatella keeps trying to tell people, though. But go ahead.
What was the context?
The context was, yes, 41% of people says exclusives matter to them when buying a platform, but that number has dropped like nearly 10% since the last time that question was asked.
Yep.
That's the context.
I'm the one that has said, and I'll stick to what I always say, exclusives are overrated, but you can't not have them at all, and they are the window dressing. So for Sony, yeah, they're not the moneymaker for Sony, but they are the marketing and they are what gets people in the door.
Yeah.
They're just not the moneymaker. So, and for Nintendo, they do both. They get people in the door and they're the moneymaker. For Microsoft, they're neither. So, yeah, you can't have a platform without any exclusives at all.
Well,
even though I fully admit that they are overrated as far as for PlayStation and Xbox, they don't sell the numbers they do for Nintendo. We'll just soon don't.
See if Microsoft end up going, okay, and making a change in stance. Because again, and I don't want to labour this point too much, if they weren't genuinely either going to make a new change or do something, they would not have kicked the hornet's nest of exclusivity at all by even mentioning it in that Matt and Asha letter from the other week, where they said they are reevaluating exclusivity. They just, like, it would be a stupid thing to do to even hint that you might be changing your mind and then not do a single we thought about it, nothing's going to change, have fun. It would be an explosion of anger from Xbox fans. So I expect.
Yeah, but at the same time, a lot of those Xbox fans overreacted a little bit, and they heard the phrase "we're reevaluating it," and it immediately went, "Oh my god, exclusives are back!" It's like,
yes,
no, they said they're reevaluating it. Because Asha is new. And she's learning. So she may come in and go, oh, shit, all these people on Twitter are like, fucking bring back exclusives. She may look at the balance sheet, because fucking Amy's all about that balance sheet. And she may look at the balance sheet and go, oh, this is why we're not doing exclusives. Oh, well, we're still not going to do exclusives because, they're all about looking 2 meters in front of their face instead of potentially looking a kilometer down the road.
We'll end up with a balancing act more along the lines of multiplayer focused titles and live service games will be multi-plat, everything else single player.
But people will be mad because that does count Halo and Gears. They are very much live service titles, so they need to be everywhere.
I'm just saying, but I think that's probably where they'll end
up.
The
thing that always happens is business speak is intentionally vague. It never actually promises or does anything, but it sounds like it does, and it works, which is why they use it. So people will take vague, intentionally so business speak and just attach however they feel to it. When the reality is, she's been here 2 months. What are easy wins we already had in the works? Cool, let's do them. What are easy wins we can do quickly? Okay, let's do them. The main plan doesn't just change. Not in 2 months. No. Like, they already had this whole Project Helix plan. They're already doing it. Jez has already said, again, Steam is on it. They're not going to not have Steam or something like that. Like, the plan is the plan. When it's not
not the plan.
And that is a giant corporate-wide decision that can take years to go into effect at a place like Microsoft. It's not, nothing there's fast. We've seen the fast things. The things that, this was started under the last regime, but it was shelved. Okay, we can hit that real quick. We'll do all the work type of stuff. And it might
I would argue
change.
That's technically untrue.
Well, it'll change over time.
Technically untrue because, so yes, as someone who does work in a big organization, yes, usually they turn like a fucking iceberg, unless the right person is in the position to make it happen faster. So that's why I've said from the start, I hope that Asha has the autonomy she's giving off the vibe that she supposedly has.
That's what I think we differ, is the moment Satya went from being CEO to being more direct on engineering in his role and could actually focus on how the company was looked at publicly, that was when it shifted. The moment he's like, oh, people really hate Windows and think Xbox is dead. We need to fix that. All right, you two, you did what I told you to do. See you later. You seem smart at getting new users. You come in and start shifting it this way. Like, that's just the feeling I get on a move like this. I don't think she's coming in to put her stamp on it right away. I think she's coming in to shift to where they were shifting to as the company finally accepted that they pushed way too hard on the, we can just milk these people button.
I'm dead set when I say I hope I get a chance to talk to her one day.
Well, you're going to Greece. Otherwise, maybe it would have been at the friggin' JW. I mean, we would have had to double the number down there to get to one thing.
I can help her fix it. I can help her fix it all. You can laugh all you want, but I can help her fix it.
I will laugh until the end of
I know I
the
can.
universe.
I am deadly serious. I know I can.
I believe you believe that.
It would take longer now than it would have. It'll take a lot longer and a lot more work, but I could 100% fix it. Get them right back to where they were with the 360. Get them right back there.
Okay.
They'd be significantly smaller.
No chance.
But no, they were so
juggernaut.
much smaller during the 360.
Stop it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going down this tangent again.
They'd be a juggernaut in the industry.
Thanks, Finn.
Yeah, I know that. We talked about you can't use the Steam controller anywhere but Steam. It is just a mouse on other storefronts on PC.
That thing may be really comfortable, but it looks ugly as shit.
Yeah,
might be the ugliest fucking controller ever.
But,
yeah, at least this one has the sticks, but like the same problem I have, my hands are too big for symmetrical. My thumbs hit each other all the time.
It could be nice to hold.
It's supposed to be.
I have no idea what the ergonomics are like. Could be great to hold.
Yeah, I think people said it's pretty good.
Purely on the look.
Ergonomics on the Steam Deck itself were good.
Yeah, aren't bad. They're not too bad. My brother had a Steam Deck and I tried it, and the ergonomics are okay. They're not.
They're a little better on the
anywhere
OLED.
near.
Yeah.
They're not anywhere near the ergonomics on this fucking amazing motherfucker, but still, they're not bad. But I mean, having ergonomics like this come at a cost. Like, it's thick and it's not great looking.
And it's great in very specific hand situations. Like if you're on bed, in bed and stuff, it can be a little more awkward than the flat design.
Yeah, but on the whole, amazing. I know other things that are amazing on the whole.
No, you're Greek. We know which hole.
Okay.
Anyway.
Over to the forum.
Oh, chill out. It's only like 2 hours. It's like the shortest show in history. Okay. Jesse Brother. Happy podcast 312. Jess, John, and the massive audio file man from Melbourne. You know what else I've got that's massive?
Nose.
Ego.
Oh.
Nose
He's on his kids.
and nose.
He's big-headed and he knows it.
Yeah. You know what else has got a big head?
Yeah. No, I was not at all referring to my penis. I would never never use the word. I would never use that word.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to clarify I was not referring to my penis. Thank you.
I've got the biggest mushroom head.
Yeah. Okay. So I had progressed a tad further in both Mouse PI and Replaced. Then I stopped playing both for now. Because I bought Pragmata. Or Pragmata. And am loving it too much to play anything else right now. That's where I am with it. Such a good game. It looks and plays amazing, but the thing I can't understand is how the fuck is the story so damn good?
I know.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Even when they're talking during the game, it's way better than And Capcom has talked about it. They talked about it with Resident Evil. In this one, they really wanted to up their dialogue. Because, like, up through Monster Hunter Wilds and all that stuff, their dialogue was still very not good on the translation.
More than that, how is the voice acting of such quality? Now, I've never been a Capcom lover, but even those who have been have to admit the dialogue and people who voice said dialogue are usually weaker aspects of their games. Yeah, it's probably true. This one is such an improvement, though. The only thing that still feels very Capcom/Japanese is some of the cutesiness of the AI/bot/kid. Yeah, but that's intentional, though. Like, that's 100% by design. And yes, I use slash as often as I can because I am amused /like/love how Nick says slash. Just never enough to say Nick and Friends podcast. Seriously, that shit needs to stop. No, it does not. That needs to become the official name. This week's question is, do you all agree with what I said about Capcom's usually weaker aspects, and if not, name examples? No.
Yeah.
I'd say the voice acting and stuff like that probably is the weaker aspect, because it's definitely not the fucking visuals. Definitely not the gameplay. So, probably. Because Capcom have been an incredible developer for the better part of 35 years? 30 years?
Yeah.
When did Street Fighter 2 come out? 1991? So 35 years. Fuck, bang on, 35 years. Yeah. Capcom are amazing.
Yeah, and they themselves really talked about it. The focus on the story and the writing and the voice acting of the English side of things in Requiem, which was a big step up. Like, Village started that direction, but it was very campy. Like, I know the Lady Dimitrescu won Voice Actor of the Year, and it's like she did everything she could with really cheesy writing. Like, she did a great job with their writing, as whereas Requiem is, like, legitimately very well written. Even the stupid-ass shit Leon says and does on purpose, like he did in the 4 remake. 4 remake was a big step up, and then... Yeah, get the fuck out of here, John, you piece of shit. Nobody likes him.
Yeah, John.
Yeah. Now look at the top of our heads.
Yeah.
Just wait for him to go.
Yeah.
Hey, he's back. What did you do?
The hell was that?
I was trying to refresh a window because I'm putting together the podcast article for the morning, and
because that's what he thinks of you, members. He can't even just actually pay attention.
You didn't put your Saros video review in your review.
I did. I guess I didn't save again. But
Well,
I made it.
Tried to do it, and that's why I was refreshing because I just did it and it still didn't.
Well, I made it 2 days later, but I did go back and save it in there. But WordPress has been shit for me lately.
Okay. But yeah, sorry about that. Carry on.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of reviews. Thank you, Matthew.
What were you saying?
Matthew King. Have been loving your reviews. Lads, keep it up. Great job, John, with Replaced. Someone named Jesse with an I in their name for Saros. We had another person do one. And Nick with Invincible. Thank you, Matthew. I'll let the Jesse with an I in their name know.
Appreciate it.
I had a lot of people say nice things about my Invincible review.
Love your use of the trailer for comments.
I had someone in the comments immediately notice my little shout out to the show where I didn't say Invincible and I let just the title card play. I thought that was very good, and I was hoping someone would notice that. Fans of the show.
Very good.
Because of how much I appreciate the show and love it. Because it's so amazing. Have you seen season 4 yet?
I've seen most of it. It's the animation still, you can tell which episodes get more budget, but it's a very good overall adaptation so far.
Man. It was a good season. Like, season 4 was a very fucking good season. Really, really good.
The story keeps getting better from here, too. I like... Invincible hasn't changed much from the comics because it's really good, unlike The Boys, which has changed a lot because the comic story was bad.
Was it? Yeah, you keep saying that, don't you?
Almost nothing from the show is the comics. Like in the comics, the whole Boys team was on V the entire time. Just right from the off, they all had superpowers. Yep. A lot more assaults. Yeah. It was a very edgy comic book. I'll put it that way.
Interesting. Okay.
Next question.
Next question. Where am I? Shit, because I had another window open because I still haven't sorted out my login shit.
What is it you can't face?
G. While I was recapping the clip from Mystic hosted by Ryan, when he was interviewing the Halo studio developers about Halo projects, when asked about MCC getting a port and beyond the Halo remake getting a port, though they didn't flat out deny MCC getting a port, but when they say you'll hear more things related to Halo in the coming days, could I assume this could be a different project in a hyperbolic form of collection something?
Hyperbolic?
Like, I don't know, Halo Forward, Unto Dawn Collection, Features Trilogy, or all 4 of Halo, or 6, which includes the Halo Reach, and 3 ODST, and of course a different UI, along with a way to play multiplayer? But your gents' take on my recapping on Mystic interview with the Halo developers?
No, we mostly know about it. It's whatever their multiplayer game is, Halo 7, and probably looking to remake 2 and 3.
PS, because it's still relevant to Halo. Aside my interpretation of a Halo project like Forward Unto Dawn, could you gents think of a Halo Collection project title in the coming days, if you all may?
Halo Collection Evolved.
I just want them to add 5 into Master
I just
Chief
want
Collection.
5. I want 5 on PC, so I can get like full settings and everything.
Okay, so if you get it into the Master Chief Collection, that is a way to get it on PC. Because the Master Chief Collection's on PC.
I was just saying the Master Chief Collection. They talked before. It's like bubble gum and tape holding Unreal Engine 4 together for everything it's doing. And I was just answering your question, Hytham. That no, I don't think they would do that. I think any remakes they ever do will be $40 or more projects because people will buy them, and they won't do an amazing for the customers incredible deal like the Master Chief Collection ever again. If they ever made early Fable games, all full price. $50-$60, one at a time.
Yeah.
Really, you reckon?
Yeah.
There's no incentive for any company to do a collection anymore because people keep buying remakes. Just one.
Like Gears, eh?
Yeah.
Just like Gears. Bastards. Okay. I've said before that back in the day they were trying to get the Master Chief Collection running on Switch 1. Many, many, many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to. Okay. 99 Rukin. Simple question. Oh, hello, Nick's a Jerk podcast crew.
Okay, now you
Why is
might
that?
notice there's a little edit up there. I'll take credit.
Is there?
I might have changed his Nick and
Oh,
Friends.
right. So he had Nick and Friends podcast. I'm like, why would 99
Fine, I'll
Rukin say
revert
that
it.
about me?
I'll be nice. Yes, I have the power to edit people, but it yells at you that someone did it. So that's why we never abuse it.
Yeah, that's true.
Hello, Nick and Friends podcast. Simple question. What is up with the media bias with Sony?
Oh.
These last couple of weeks, I've just been hearing all this stuff coming from Sony, and I either hear nothing, or it's not that bad, but look what Xbox is doing. Especially you, Jeff. You're not escaping those allegations.
Hey, we love Jeff. We're going to see all the stuff at SGF, so no bad-mouthing Jeff here.
Yeah, don't
Access
badmouth.
journalism.
Don't badmouth
Those
Jeff.
two words John just said might be the answer. 99 Rukin. I don't know.
Yeah, don't badmouth Jeff. Jeff is great, isn't he?
I'll just say it's always interesting to see how the sausage is made and learn why things are the way they are. And why people are afraid to say things about some things and not afraid to say things about others.
Okay. But yeah, the reactions in the industry are always very interesting. I mean, like I said, look at that Does It Play account, who purports to be neutral, but just had to throw Xbox in that tweet. Just had to throw it in.
Well, your whole thing is all the people that are Nintendo accounts, but then the moment like a Sony story hits, they're like,
Oh my god, it's such a weird phenomenon, and I've even experienced that in real life, like with actual people that I know that act like they're full blown, like on the surface they act like these massive Nintendo fans, but then they're like, it doesn't take long for the mask to slip, and they're just PlayStation fanboys, and I'm like, so why don't I understand? Why not just embrace being a PlayStation fan? Why do you act like a Nintendo fan? Just embrace being a PlayStation fan. Are you embarrassed to love PlayStation? Like, it's weird. It's just, it's odd. It's so strange.
how many copies did they say Gears sold on PS5?
Wasn't it like anywhere between 0 and sweet fuck all?
Well, no, it was a couple 100,000 a while ago, but they had that new one they put out, didn't they? And everyone reported on it.
I don't know.
Gears of War Reloaded, 684,000 copies, Nick. I think it did fine.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's that many.
Yeah, it was Forza Horizon 5's 5.8 million. Because you said that, and I was like, wait, no, that was one of the successes. Forza Horizon 5, 5.8 million. Sea of Thieves, 2.7 million. Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remastered, 1.2 million. Grounded, 770K. Gears of War Reloaded, 684K. Doom the Dark Ages, only 567K, which was surprising. Indiana Jones,
That's the surprise.
Yeah, Indiana Jones, 537K. Just, it's all right. Was it a year later? No, half a year. Then the bad ones. Ninja Gaiden 4, 262K. Flight Sim, 250K. Starfield's a little over 200K now. And then, like, Outer Worlds, 160K. And then I remember South of Midnight, they've said is like 13,000 or something. Those are the ones where I'm like, yeah, it's not worth porting everything.
None of it worth the damage that's been done.
But Gears did fine. But also then Matt Piscatella came out and said, no real damage has been done.
None
the average consumer doesn't give a shit.
It's been done to Xbox.
The average consumer does not care.
None of it. Irreparable. Irreparable.
Irreprobate.
Even for me, it'll be difficult to fix.
Sony had some really
So Asha,
successful.
get in touch.
And Sony had some very successful early PC ports, but then, like Ghost of Tsushima, I think was the biggest one around with God of War, but then like Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2, Last of Us 2, a lot of them didn't do great because their regional pricing is not the best, which is also something I know you complain about a lot on the console, where their regional pricing is bad in Australia on PlayStation. Or rough. Like it's PlayStation and Switch went up more than the extra bump US got for you.
RIP to Xbox legend Albert Pinello, who once said, "You have great insights."
He was a very nice, perhaps overly kind man towards you.
You have great insights on the industry. I've been following your posts with great interest. Man knew his shit. Legend.
He was a fecologist.
Asha, reach out. I will work for free.
You got to go through Xbox PR.
I care about Xbox that much. I will fix it for free.
You have to go through Xbox PR.
Don't even have to charge. I'll just
Wow,
do it.
even people on your own Discord didn't know what you were referring to in that. One guy, I don't understand what he's referring to. What am I missing about your August post?
That is staggering.
Well, I mean,
Like,
that's the general IQ of your
staggering.
server, Nick.
Because the first two replies to my tweet were both Concord GIFs. They immediately knew what I was fucking talking about. Like, straight. And I was like, oh, cool, everyone gets it. And then I'm like, oh, God, it's coming to PlayStation, isn't it? I'm like, eh? What? Why would they port Redfall to PlayStation?
For the 30 million sales they'll obviously get.
But yes. Asha, the solution is right here.
You mean you got to go through PR, man? She doesn't get to just talk to people
Solutions,
anymore. Oh, it works.
Want anything fixed, mate? Next question. Didact. 3. Hello, Nick's podcast friends and Nick. I like that name too. What are we expecting in terms of messaging from Xbox on the June showcase? Can they avoid the cynicism from people on going back to "we hear you" mode yet again and convince the general audience to give Xbox another chance? I'm betting Asha will show up at the showcase, but will she actually announce big changes or just say the usual stuff?
They will show off video games.
Look, DayOne, it depends on whether they've reached out to me, on whether they've picked up the old rotary phone.
How long is this bit going to keep going?
1,
I'm
2,
going to get a drink.
9. Picked up the because I'm only available via landline. I don't via old school rotary phone. Do you remember those phones?
Yeah, I've got one in this house right now.
2.
But wait. That's from a film.
Yes, Lethal
Shush,
Weapon 4.
don't- Yeah.
It's Lethal
Chris-
Weapon,
it's
remember?
Chris Rock,
Chris
right?
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
When
he's
they're
got Joe
just shitting
Pesci.
on mobile phones.
They fuck you with the cell phones. They fuck you with
cell
the cell
phone. The best. He's like, and then they said I had a fucking call from Afghanistan. I don't even know what the fucking Afghanistan is. And I would call that fucking Afghan ass.
Yeah. It was
So
it was
good.
a movie.
1. 2.
The game I always play when someone does a quote and then someone else goes and looks at them, it's like you just look at them, you go, name that film, and you're not allowed to Google it. You have to mentally get there.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So good. Lethal Weapon's great. Like I'm annoyed that they're rebooting it. It's not going to be the same without fucking Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. But yes, I think you'll get DayOne working under the assumption that I have not been tapped on the shoulder. I expect a lot of, hey, Xbox fans, remember how fucking great Xbox was? And man, we love Xbox so much. Look at this cool stuff to trigger your nostalgia for when Xbox was good. I expect stuff along those veins. In that vein.
Whatever
that
plans
track.
they've had for 25th anniversary, I don't think they'll change much. Because I mentioned they've been in the works for a while.
They'll probably open up the showcase with like a cool thing that's like inside the Blades UI. So that people can be like, oh, remember the Blades?
Yeah, it sucked. It looks nice, not great to use. Jason Ronald reposted the vote for what backwards compatible game you want, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, and I reached out to him immediately, and I'm like, what are you doing here? What is this?
A thing
Why
you,
are
an easy win, a quick change is moving from we're done, where it's not worth investing more time and money to try and find some more back-and-back games, to being like, maybe we invest a little more time and money to find some more back-and-back games. Maybe we try and say, you sure you don't own this one? Maybe we go fine.
I doubt
Or
I doubt it.
we've bought all these companies. Let us now go through and find out maybe some Activision stuff we can figure out.
I am most certainly not getting my hopes up.
I don't have any hopes for it, but they have a good relationship with Disney, and they own a company that made a lot of Disney stuff, that Marvel and all the other stuff. They could try. I have no idea how complicated it is, if it's worth it at all.
No, I know. I've said
But
that before. They've got a good relationship with Disney and Marvel. They own all the ABK stuff. Yeah.
Like
you'd think
even
it would be
Wolfenstein
just a slam
2009.
dunk.
Like that not being GAC compatible. It's like they own both companies. They own the company that owned the IP, and they own the company that made it now with Activision and Bethesda, but still
You know
not
what I
back
didn't realize? I saw a tweet about Time Shift. Fucking incredible game, Time Shift.
Yeah, great game.
And I just realized that's Sierra, which is owned by ABK, which is owned by Microsoft. So technically Microsoft owns Time Shift. I mean, it's already backwards compatible, but I just thought about it the other day, and I'm like, oh wow. Like Time Shift.
There are, and I know there are weird ones around Sierra and some other stuff on who owns them, because a lot of things were, it was published here, and so if you make it, you can't publish it here, because the company that owned it, that has the rights here that you don't, doesn't exist anymore, and you can't, they're owned by some holding company, and we can't find the documents. Like, there's weird shit like that sometimes.
Oh yeah, there's songs, there's so much song stuff. So like my Microsoft, one time I was chatting with my person at Microsoft and was like, oh, what about this game? And he would reach out to me and he'd be like, oh, they want to get this game backwards compatible, but there's like this weird fucking music licensing thing that they can't get around. Like he used to explain all this really random, insanely minute shit that you like because of this one tiny thing that's in this old game, they can't make it backwards compatible.
Yeah, silly
It's
stuff.
Yeah, because if you change
Yeah, it's
anything,
just-
it changes everything.
Oh, music licensing especially. It is the fucking bane of the video game industry.
Do you
Music
know what?
licensing. It's just shit.
I'm looking at two titles at the moment that are predominantly about music, and I'm sitting there thinking about how I'm gonna put the reviews together, right? And I'm like, so there's two options. Either I find something generic and just do not play any of the music, but then I find that is virtually impossible to actually tell the viewer, if they're watching the video, how the game actually works, because the music is so fundamental to what it is. I'm like, I'm just going to put a disclaimer up and be like, these are going to be demonetized, or at least they're going to be monetized not by us.
There's a chance, as well as has happened a few times, where it gets blocked.
Yeah. So I'm going to, like when you do the upload, I won't, and then we'll just see what happens. But the likelihood is for the review of these two that we'll just put the video up, and if it gets, the monetization gets taken by someone else, I might just put a little disclaimer in there, but like, hey, we're probably not going to get anything for this. Please do give us a like, a subscribe, whatever. Hope you enjoy the video. But I want to include examples of the music to make it so that people understand why it's important. I'm trying to think of a way to do it that's good.
Yeah, and it sucks because sometimes I'll have streamer mode, but then with certain games that's fine because the streamer mode music's pretty good. But half the time, if it's a sound alike, even it'll be like, oh, you used a melody from this song, you're demonetized. And I've used a MIDI cover and been blocked for using a specific gigantic record company's composition. DMCA on YouTube is gotten better. It's still not good.
145 gig for Forza Horizon 6.
That was surprising because it's not on last gen. So I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't have to be as big. But they have not. If that's that size, Fable's going to be pretty big too.
Fucking hell.
Their engine doesn't seem to have the make things smaller stuff that Unreal has lately. Because Saros is 31 gigabytes. Borderlands is like 28. Borderlands 4.
That's... I don't know. Does that indicate like a lack of optimization?
No. It's not gameplay frame rate optimization because that game can run on really low GPUs. But yeah, it would seem to be they're not doing things for compression that others are doing.
Man. Okay. Oh, wow. I haven't had a question from nrXic for a while. nrXic is next. He believes in me that I could fix Xbox. Hello to all of you wonderful gentlemen. Get it? O-N-E. Some of the recent news in terms of Xbox's revenue does add a lot to the exclusivity discourse. One linchpin to the topics of exclusivity, revenues, and ROI, return on investment, on AAA game projects is the royalty cut that PlayStation takes from each Xbox published game sold. I've seen that it's assumed that the cut charged to Xbox is 30%, the usual rate. My question is, do you see any possibility of Xbox attempting to negotiate that number going forward? While Xbox Game Studios games don't compare to Activision games on PlayStation in terms of revenue and units sold, with Activision only paying 20%, I can't help but think there's so much more that PlayStation gets beyond their royalty cut when an Xbox game appears on their platform. Secondly, could PlayStation's unwillingness to budge in such a hypothetical also be used as an excuse to shareholders that it's just not worth it?
One of the things with shareholders is they don't give two shits about Xbox. They barely care about Windows, and they don't care about Xbox. So you don't really have to make a thing for them. It's just the most of the stuff recently always seemed to be about finding more money to pay for more data centers. But as far as the royalties go, like I think they straight up said they were going to undo the royalties that Activision had to try and get the deal through. Because supposedly that was 88-12, and the guy almost said it during the trial. It was like 80. Ignore that. Don't ignore that I said 80 something. But no, I don't think they would.
So true, that point about I can't help but think there's so much more that PlayStation gets beyond their royalty cut when an Xbox game appears on that platform. It's so true. They get sales out of it. People were like, oh, well, if the Xbox games are on PlayStation as well, I might as well buy a PlayStation.
Possibly, but we don't know.
Why not?
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean, ecosystem ain't going to cut it. We know that. We've seen it over the last 10 years or so.
Yeah. Because the Xbox ecosystem, from a console
best one.
perspective,
It's the best one.
sorry, it's not hyperbole to say this. It's not. It's not. What's the phrase? It's not controversial to say that it is
At least
the
it should
best
be.
console ecosystem.
The
It
ecosystem itself.
Is like the
It's a
way
hard thing to
everything
sell.
works, the way your purchases work, the functionality of everything,
Yep.
the way it all connects.
Even
very
down to
user-friendly.
nitty gritty stuff like the family parental controls on games and
It is
how
just the best.
truly
console
global
ecosystem.
accounts, global game codes, global save files. You don't have fucking American save files and then Australian save files and then European save files, which is a fucking even Nintendo has global save files, for God's sake. I think. I'm pretty sure. No, they do. Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, it is the best ecosystem, but clearly that's not enough to get people in the door.
Yeah.
Understandably, because not everyone is like me. Sadly.
And when people say, "Oh, the exclusives won't be enough," it's not that it won't pull anyone; it'll pull plenty of people. It just pulls a small subsection from the other ones who are okay with losing their digital library if they have one. It's not a huge amount, but it doesn't pull casuals that much. Like there's only a few games that do that, and most of them are everywhere anyways. So, like the discussion around it all the time is so focused on our bubble and the people our bubble can influence, when 98% of the customer base is completely oblivious to almost all of the discussion there. I do think Xbox publicly shipped it hard because it was starting to permeate into regular people thinking Xbox was done for and dead.
Oh, it 100% was.
Yeah.
100% was.
Like,
But-
it has to
but
get to
again-
that level before it actually affects anything. And that's rare.
But my son is a perfect example of what I was talking about. He bought a PS5 for two reasons. Astro, and because all his friends had PlayStation 5s. He hasn't touched Astro. He played it for 10 minutes and hasn't played it since. He only plays Fortnite and Rocket League on it. But he initially wanted to get it because he watched me play Astro and wanted Astro. So the exclusive got him in the door, but then where does his money go? Rocket League and Fortnite. So it's that same thing, man. You need something to get you in the door, and right now Xbox doesn't have anything to get people in the door.
Well, I mean, they have all the things that get most people in the door, which is Madden, Football Club, GTA Online, like all the boring things that are actually.
But they don't get people in the door. Why would they choose Xbox for Madden over PlayStation?
Most of the time, it's just what are you used to? What have you had in the past? Like, there is no. Most people aren't as in tune into it as we are. They don't know. They don't buy
You're
anything
talking about
every year.
existing customers. So an existing Xbox person buying an existing. So yes, I went to Sydney earlier in the year and was quite surprised to find that they had a Series X. Why? Because they had a One X. So they just bought the next Xbox. Just again, they're very, very casual gamers. They're not full. So they had the Xbox One X. So naturally, they just went to the new Xbox. Yes. But that's the retention. That's those existing customers. I'm talking about new people.
Bye, Brett.
Okay.
Yeah, new people don't give a shit. That's the
Calm
thing.
down on the tensions.
Like that is the
Okay.
main thing that Matt Piscatella and so many others go on. He had a long conversation with Chris Dring about it. There is no good answer. Like nobody is doing a good thing to pull in new people to consoles. The growth is mostly phones and a little bit in PC.
But that's the console market as a whole, which we understand doesn't really waver from that 250 to 300 million cap. We know that. I'm talking about, okay, so within that 300 million pool, how does Xbox get some of those back that they used to have? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about new console customers. I'm talking about new Xbox customers. Anyway. Last question.
Blimey.
Good old
Hello,
Colin.
you mean? What?
Happy May Day weekend, fellow proletariats. I hope I pronounced that correctly. What's a proletariat? I've never heard of that word before.
The proletariats versus the bourgeoisie.
Okay.
Commoners.
It refers to the industrial working class.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Karl Marx? I've never
Yeah.
read any of it, but I think so.
And they've asked if they can play this copyright-free spy music over my voice.
I would need to download
Spy
it.
film score. What is that?
Copy video. Give me a moment.
It's very sort of kind of
Yeah,
Bond-esque.
I'll have it in a second.
It's sort of Bondish, and I think it's because the question that we are being asked
Go away. That's not what I'm doing.
pertains
What do you,
to
that'd be illegal.
007. I still think I may buy 007 First Light and break my not buying new games day one rule for 007.
It does look really good.
It does, man. It does. This week, IO Interactive invited gaming journalists and content creators to have a sneak peek preview of the
Not us.
new game 007 First Light. So, to commemorate this event, I would like to ask you each, what kind of Bond villain would you be? A crime boss like Blofeld? A criminal genius like Goldfinger? An industrial megalomaniac like Sir Hugo Drax? Funny how they seem to be billionaires. A meathead oaf like Jaws? Or a former friend like Alex Trevelyan?
I'd be a little
would you
shorty
be?
like Oddjob.
I would be.
Odd Job,
Sure.
Mayday, Le Chiffre. There are decades of James Bond films to choose from. Good old Collingwood.
I'd be Le Chiffre just
haven't
because
seen all the
I
old
want to
Bond
hit people in
films.
the nuts with a rope.
I've never seen the old Bond films.
Wow. Some of them are really bad.
Yeah.
I've
of them are
only
alright.
watched the Daniel Craig ones. They are the
Oh,
only
wow.
Bond films I've seen.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I've never seen
There's
any
some
of
really
the old
bad
ones.
Bonds, and then there's some really
There's some okay.
fun Bonds. But
There's a lot.
yeah.
I know there was an Aussie Bond, George Lazenby.
I think his is real bad.
I know I love GoldenEye the game, but I've never actually seen GoldenEye the movie.
Oh my god.
Of
really?
the Pierce
I've
Brosnan
seen-
ones, it's the best one, but it's still not good.
I've
Yeah.
seen clips. I'm aware, like all of that stuff, but never just sat down and watched GoldenEye or any of those old Bond movies from start to finish. Never have.
Bad thing, it's only a 50-second long track, so it just keeps starting and ending.
It's fine. It's okay. It's
Bad producing.
I don't know
and
who
nrXic.
I'd be
I'm sorry.
because I don't feel like the bad guys in the Daniel Craig Bonds are overly memorable.
The Chiffre
Or
was
stand
people
out, do
remember.
they?
The other, I mean, Christ, the French guy in Quantum of Solace was boring as shit. Some of the other ones were all right. There's a
can
Rami
barely
Malek
remember.
and Javier Bardem with his jaw missing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Javier Bardem.
There's some good ones. Judi Dench, she's pretty evil.
In Skyfall. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Well, yeah, Javier Bardem's like the only one, thanks to Jesse, that I can kind of remember.
I never saw
Yeah, Trav,
all of
Casino
Spectre.
Royale. Casino Royale's the best. Casino Royale's so good. I love that film. It was such a good film. That was that film that pushed Blu-ray, remember? You know how there's always a film, like with DVD, it was Gladiator? And then with Blu-ray, it was Casino Royale.
Blu-ray's such a
That was
bad
good.
format too. It just runs like shit. It's so slow.
Yeah, I'm still upset HD DVD didn't win.
Yeah.
Superior format.
Like beta was better
So
than
much better.
VHS.
Apparently, yes.
You know there were
I wouldn't have
HD
known.
There was like HD magnetic tapes too. I could do like 1080p.
Really?
Yeah. There's like a
Really?
couple
Yeah, I
hundred
saw,
movies for
I
'em.
saw someone watching them on YouTube.
That's probably Linus
Showing
Tech
them
Tips.
Probably,
Yeah, by all reports, Betamax was actually better than VHS.
Yeah, a lot
By
of
all
times it
reports.
just comes
Yeah.
down to which big media conglomerates get behind and put their shit out on your format.
Or which porn companies decide. on
Yeah, I was about to
format.
say it used to be porn.
Mm.
Um,
And one day it will be because they're trying to block it everywhere on the internet. Or age gate it, and no one wants to say, yes, I will watch this.
Can I? No, I can't say
I
that
love
on here.
bukkakis and cream pies.
No, it was just
take a selfie to watch this porn.
no. It was so like my older brother. So it's my older brother by about 3 years.
He was
so
buying
he's
a
not much
lot of
older than me.
porn.
No, but my youngest son, he's not with me this week, but he came back to stay just on the Wednesday. And my older brother, Jake's approaching being a teenager. Teenagers are discovering themselves and going through that change.
And one day he just comes down to
And
us
my
like,
older
hello,
brother-
Dad, how you doing?
No, my older brother, in typical uncle fashion, like uncles get to be a little bit cheeky, right?
Yeah.
He was staying in my son's room. So my son was relegated to his sister's room. It's like, sorry, mate, you're only here for the one night. Your uncle's staying. And my older brother went to him, don't worry, mate, gonna have a wank in his bed, right? And this is the adorable thing. My son's face was one of like, what?
What?
I'm like, he's at secondary school now. I'm like, I just looked at him. I was like, choking
Why?
the chicken.
I didn't discover that shit till I was like much older.
Well, okay, I'm just presuming the youth of today, but I was like, choking the chicken, like,
Why would you do that to a chicken?
and he was like, I don't get what you mean. And I decided in that
Yeah,
moment,
nah.
my brain went, maintain his innocence. I was like, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Go to
yeah.
bed.
I did not discover that shit till I was like 16, 17, man. Like I was older. Much
Wow.
older. Yeah.
There you go.
Like
It just
I
made
was
me
at-
laugh.
I was at at the school I used to go to. They used to have a cadet program, like this, faux military cadet program.
Mm.
And I remember we did a camp at cadets, and all the guys were making. I now know, all making like fucking jerking off jokes and shit. Like they were part of this exclusive club that just fucking jerks off all the time, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Oh, dear.
I was like, "The fuck are you going? What is this? What is? I don't understand. What is this?
What are you doing?
No idea."
And then when you did discover it, it was like that episode of Family Guy where Quagmire discovers internet porn.
yeah.
Have you seen that clip where he goes, "Hey, Quagmire,
No.
I haven't seen you." Oh, go look it up.
I'm in and out with Family Guy. I've seen some
Same.
episodes, but not
Same.
all. I'm in and out with it.
It's really funny. He's never heard of it. He's like, "Oh, what does anyone even use the internet for?" And they were like, "Porn." And he's like, "Wait, what?" And then you just don't see him. And then eventually he turns up. It's like, "Hey, Quagmire." He's come out. He's all disheveled and gaunt.
Isn't his arm
And
like
he's-
fucking massive? His arm is just like fucking ripped as and huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Childish toilet humor. Anyway,
God, how did we get here from 007?
God knows. But yeah,
How
I
did
would
we
be
get here
an
from
odd job.
007?
I would be an odd job because I'm short.
I was talking about hitting guys in the balls with a rope like Le Chiffre.
Oh, that was brutal. Fuck, that was brutal. Like watching that scene, I was like,
I've got an itch.
I was
Could
like
you scratch it for
holding. I'm
me?
like, that would hurt so much.
It would be very
Like,
unpleasant.
Oh my god.
My dad got hit by he was playing catcher in softball, and the foul ball straight into the dirt behind the hitter, and right up into his nuts, which split open.
God. Oh, I had a kid. I had an asshole when I was in primary school who just flat out kicked me in the nuts.
Did the
asshole.
skin split open and your testicle unravel, though?
No.
That did happen to
Oh.
him.
Okay, that's too far. This is a This is a PG-13 podcast.
Nick did have his entire penis degloved once by a kid at primary school. Just skin gone. True story.
What?
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 Nothing.
Jesse,
Oh, sorry. You told
I
me
take
that.
it too
You told me
far.
that in confidence. I am so sorry.
Wow. Wow. Okay, on that note,
Oh, wrong music. I'm
That's it.
flustered.
That's the end of the show.
it's the end of the show. It was fun. There's actually so much news we didn't talk about, like, which surprised me.
I stop
Loads
putting the
of
things Nick just skips every time that I know he has zero interest
We
in.
talked about lots.
We did talk about lots, but there was a lot more. But it's good. It's
Like?
good. It's fine. No, it's not. That's how you get me.
The music
Not
started.
falling for it. We'll be back on Tuesday next week with another roundup of the latest headlines that have occurred since Thursday when we last saw you in headlines. You can also look forward to a fucking shit ton of video game reviews next week. We're working on lots and lots of things. There's lots coming. So I'm looking forward to producing some cool stuff. It's a very musical week. Outside of that, though, you know the drill. Play video games. Have fun. Try not to take things so seriously. And we'll see you next time.
Ciao for now.
Bye-bye.